And so I did that. I've been there for about a year and a half. I've gotten to work with people like Logan Paul, MrBeast. I helped launch Lunchley, which is just
that's so
wild.
funny.
That is
Like,
crazy.
because Lunchley it's kind of such a
It's
meme.
such a meme, dude.
Yeah.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh.
Yeah, you need to see. Afterwards, he can show you the video he made with Logan Paul and KSI, that is and MrBeast, right? Where they push the shopping cart together.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest video ever,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah, it works.
Ready, set.
So like, yeah, it was like three
It's like
separate.
it's like when the news anchors do 3.
oh,
2.
yeah. Oh, so we just assume the go.
Yeah, you assume the go,
Bro,
bro.
like Freddie from iCarly.
Aren't you a
5,
Yeah,
4, 3, 2.
Stop laughing.
It was not me that time.
That
was not me that time.
That's not that funny. Also,
I feel
where
like
was-
we keep starting before, like in my head, the one comes like a half second where we keep starting it.
I just get too excited.
Were we supposed to go all the way back?
That was-
I went all the way
Yeah.
back.
That was kind of perfect. Let's lean up a little bit. Okay, welcome to the podcast, Christian Chambers. Christian,
What's up, guys?
why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit? Tell the viewers what they have in store on this episode, because this is going to be a long one.
Could be a long one.
I don't really know how to intro myself, but my name is Christian Chambers. I'm 22 years old. I'm a filmmaker, not photographer. I hate photos, dude.
Dude,
I've
that
been
is...
watching your videos about talking about photo versus dude. Photos off the table. Absolutely not.
Why?
Well, I'm gonna still intro myself.
Okay, I'll allow it.
I'm done introing myself. Anyway, so I I hate photos. Is that our first topic? Is that
I
where
guess
we're
so.
going?
Has it
yeah.
always been that way for you, though?
Always, dude. I hate photos. I'm so ADHD, and I'm sitting here clacking at my keyboard trying to edit these stupid sliders, and all it does is just like brighten, darken, contrast, no contrast, and it doesn't move.
That's why you just expose properly in camera the first time.
expose
No,
properly.
I
You know
mean,
what?
that's the real
That's a
name
fair
of the
point,
game.
because the last time I took photos was when I didn't know how to operate a camera, and I was still
Boom.
shooting.
Well,
on
that's
Canon.
probably why you hate it. So I started out wanting to do videos. Everyone and their mom wanted to be a YouTuber when I started, and
I
so
still want to be a YouTuber.
we know. And so I started doing video, but I realized how hard it was, and I started doing photo instead to compensate for the fact that I just bought a camera. And so that's how I got into photo, and then I dragged him into it from his law school.
Literally
thinking.
dragged me into
He
it.
bro thought he was going to law school because of Suits.
Oh my
He was like,
goodness.
"Oh, I love Suits. I'm
He's
gonna
gonna
go
be
to law
Harvey
school."
Specter.
I went to college. I was like a politics, philosophy, and economics major. I lasted one semester, and I was like switched instantly.
You
This
almost
is
failed all your
horrendous.
classes, didn't you?
I think I had like a 1.8. It was just
Yeah.
It was an atrocious.
Well,
time.
congratulations! I did fail all my classes.
Wait,
Oh.
actually? Oh
No,
gosh.
but when I was in college, I couldn't even wake up to make it to my 9 a.m. class. It was bad.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I skipped every class, and it was
Dude, well, that's just kind of like
awful.
how it is, because when you're in there and there's so many things and ideas like I had in my head that I was like, I wish I was pursuing these instead.
Yeah.
And then you have to like go to class and you're like, it's not scratching the itch in my brain. That I
Right.
need.
Well, when you go to college, what were you going to college for? Communications, I assume.
I'll do like a little more because I did intro myself, but it was like it was a bit. It was kind of bad.
Yeah.
So I'm 22 years old. I've grown up in Dallas, Texas, pretty much my whole life. About a year and a half ago, I moved to Los Angeles, California, on a whim to just like try to be a filmmaker. For those filmmakers out there who like know what they're doing and they know how to operate cameras, I moved to LA to try to hit it big. And I had never even touched log footage or color grading in my entire life. I was shooting standard picture profile on a camera that I didn't know how to operate, which was a Canon R5.
Devious.
But the whole goal was not to be like the biggest or the best. The goal was to learn and basically use this opportunity I had in LA as my college. Like this was my like learning basically. But before that, I graduated high school in 2021, and then I moved down to Waco to go to 1 year of community college. And it was quite possibly the worst thing I've ever experienced in my entire life. I don't know if I guess y'all
No.
haven't experienced community college.
No.
There's no community to it. Like
Oh,
there's
gosh.
none. Like you go to class. This was my experience. I would go to class. I would sit in a classroom for like an hour and a half, 90 minutes, and then that bell would ring. The teachers, incredible. And they would be cracking. Yes, they were so nice. They'd be cracking jokes, and like I'm in the back of the room, like on the floor rolling, like it's hilarious. But I'm the only one even flinching. Like
Just in the back, you just hear,
literally.
They're like,
that was me.
"Who
I
is
was the
this?"
crack-headed kid in the back of the class, and everyone is this straight face, like staring at the dude at the front of the classroom. And I felt bad for the guy because they'd be cracking jokes. He's like, man, tough crowd. Bell would ring. No one would say a word. You just hear like rustling and bustling, and everyone's gone. Like I literally, I put a book in my bag. I look up, and they're gone, and it's me and the teacher, and I'm like, what the heck? And
Just
then
a bunch
I
of
go home.
NPCs.
It's like I walk out, I go home, and then now I'm alone in my apartment, and I've got like awesome roommates. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't go to the big college that was right down the street, Baylor, and so I would then go to Baylor and try to make friends, and then they're like, "Oh, you going to the big event this weekend, the Mixer?" And I'm like, "The what?" They're like, "Oh, you don't go here?" I'm like, "No," and they're like, "Oh." And then like there's immediately this disconnect.
Yeah,
it's
they're like,
you don't go to
"Oh,
you don't go to
You go to
Baylor,
McLennan? Like,
so we're not going to see each other as often as I would like to. I'm not going to invest into this relationship."
Right.
And so they didn't care, and I'm just like, well, I'm just a little boy who didn't go to. I don't want to be here now, and
Yeah.
so I dropped out after 1 year of college. Bought a camera. I'm sorry, this is like bothering me.
literally a wild move to start on an R5.
That's what
must
I was
say.
thinking. Was you started on an R5?
That is absolutely like.
No. So I started on an SL1. So
Okay, yeah,
I had an
that's a good
SL1 in
start.
high school. I had a physics project that I bought an SL1 for, and like we were supposed to make a video because I'm pretty sure. No, it wasn't COVID yet.
What an excuse to buy an
The
SL1.
Right?
a
So
physics
I
project,
got this
dude.
camera, and the whole goal was like I'm gonna shoot it on this physics project or shoot this project on here, take the camera back, get a full refund. That was the whole
Oh.
move. Was like I'm just gonna have fun with the camera. I still do that, by the way. This is I'll get to that later. So I bought this camera and I shot this whole video on it, and like I did voiceover and everything. Like I got a mic off Amazon, plugged it in, like a little lav mic.
Yeah.
I felt like I was the king of cameras.
There you go.
It was incredible. And so I had already done photo and video. Now I was doing photo and video like in school, like for a project.
Right.
And I was like, this is insane. And then my teacher, I remember she pulled me aside, or she didn't pull me aside. We were all in the classroom, and she's talking about the projects, and they were supposed to be displayed on the TV that day. But there's so many, you can't get to all of them. And she was saying that, and she was like, I watched all of y'all's projects. They are all super good. I can't play all of them, so I just did a select few. And she like looked over at me, and she was like, yours especially was really good, and like winked. And then that was like the first, you know, like when you make something, it's like you're like a shy creator, and you want that validation.
In
of
8th
like,
grade,
it's good.
I made an English project. Well, this happened multiple times in our high school experience. I made an English project in 8th grade that they use as the example from here on out. It's like,
Dude,
and
the
then
same thing happened to me in college.
We made a philosophy project
that's still used to this
and
day.
it was so famous that when I got into the I made it for Luke and our other friend Marcus, and when they got, because they were a year above me, so when I got into the class, everyone was like, oh my gosh, like this is the time. And our teacher was like genuinely excited,
right?
because he was like, oh well, now it's gonna be even better. And so they still use those to this day.
That's crazy.
Which we did
Well, y'all went to a real high school.
No, we went to private school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we went to a private Christian school, like 130
Which
people.
one?
in our
I
grade.
also went to a private Christian school.
Prestonwood Christian Academy.
Oh no, I went to Wiley Preparatory Academy.
Devious.
Yeah.
Devious.
I don't know if devious.
Do you know
is a
Tucker
word
Cross?
Yes. What the heck?
Yeah, I've been friends with him since like kindergarten.
That's crazy. Do you know Connor Clausen?
Yeah,
They fought
he's
in
foul.
high school.
Yeah, he's foul.
Shout out to you boys.
Yeah, yikes.
Don't know where y'all are today.
Oh, I
but-
do.
Oh,
Yikes! I think Clausen's in the military.
he is.
Yeah.
He sure is.
Yeah, interesting guys.
So anyway.
cameras.
Anyways, cameras for real. Well, yeah, we can't get into how all the conversations we had at Torchy's about the mix-up, but back to
Does Luke know about that?
No, we'll tell him later because
Completely.
he doesn't
I'm
really
so
know.
Yeah,
No.
we'll cut this bit to the
Yeah.
next. Just like
Um,
ask a question, you can crop it
So
on your question.
we'll
or
talk
something.
about your experience moving to LA.
Well, that's what I
because
was gonna say. Because like you just casually mentioned you moved to LA, and then you
right,
just like
no.
left us.
His
Right.
story is actually is idiotic because he bought an FX.
It's actually stupid.
He bought an FX6 as his first like. His first camera was like an FX6. He moved to LA not knowing what log really even was. And then bro started working with MrBeast randomly. And I was like, I'm messing up your story. But go ahead and tell like
Okay.
Like, because
so,
we know why you moved to LA, because you were clearly about to be on the border of
Deranged.
depression.
Oh no, not about to be on the border, dude. I was like far into that thing.
Yeah.
It was like all I did was eat, sleep, not do my homework,
Right.
and dream of like videoing things.
Right.
Um,
Which is a really good spot to be in.
yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Like having so many like dreams and visions and aspirations of to do with your life, and then
No one
outlet
around you.
to do it, and everyone around you thinks that you should go to college, and it's like I don't want to be here. So I dropped out. I got a camera, and then so the timeline of cameras was like SL1, Canon RP, Canon R5.
It's actually that's a really solid progression.
Right?
Minus the fact that you bought a Canon RP doing video, that is the worst decision of your life.
Yes, but it had just come out, and at the time,
Yeah.
like the one that was I think better was the R, just like the actual
right.
R.
You do have that's
Um,
pretty good taste. The R also sucks.
But
for
that was
video.
also at the time where you could not get like this like good of video equipment like in today's time
Yeah.
for the price that we're getting it
Oh,
for.
100%.
Like that RP.
You can get an RP for $600.
Yeah, that RP was like I think $1,500 or $2,000.
That's
when I got it.
insane.
That is crazy.
Which
so you
is
were just
not
dishing
worth
out
it.
insane cash because an R5 at the
Yeah.
time was nearly $5,000. I think.
Yeah, it was. I got
It was like
my
47.
I think I got it for 38 or
Bro.
42, something like that.
Buying that and not knowing what log is criminal.
Also, buying that and not knowing that it's gonna catch on fire and melt my camera just trying to shoot
valid.
4K
Yeah.
video.
That's true.
It's also a terrible decision. So I was shooting on R5 for the longest time, just standard picture profile. Which, like, after shooting log, like Canon standard picture profile,
It is very nice.
It's really good. Like if you know how to
well,
light,
that's why
which
everyone.
I didn't.
That's why
it's
everyone
really
talks
good.
about Canon colors. Is because the standard picture profile is actually decent.
Oh, so when it comes to log, they don't talk about that. Sorry, guys.
yeah.
Welcome to the Sony gang.
We're kind of okay. So Christian,
Shout out to you, Sony. We're shooting on a Canon or
you know Sony Cine.
Sony FX6 right now.
Sony
so,
Cine follows us,
Yeah, that's insane.
They only follow
they follow
200
230 people, and they follow this podcast. That's crazy.
which is like ego through the roof.
and like I don't know how somehow we managed to go from like Sony hate into like Sony supporters like are our followers now.
Right.
I think you guys see where this is going.
No, we do. I was
100%
thinking about it
see where
on
this
the
is
way
going.
here.
I was like,
I think you understand that the Sony community gives so much more love than the Canon
well, so
community.
I think that
Where's the Canon fans? They're not here.
Well, the Sony.
They're not following you.
That's true.
yeah, Canon
Yeah.
doesn't follow
The
us. I
Sony-
was like,
Yeah,
the
you use their
Sony-
cameras and they don't even follow you.
The Sony Cinema line is where I allow.
Okay.
Now the A7 IV, A7 V, A7 III.
Okay, but A7S3?
I don't know about that. Like
You can
I
take
don't know
pictures.
enough about it.
You can take pictures, and it's the exact same like frame and sensor size and everything as an FX3 and FX6.
Yeah,
I
but
can put the same exact LUTs, and it's almost identical
Oh, wait.
dynamic range,
That's
except
kinda
for a
fire,
couple
actually.
of stops. Yeah. So it's literally like cinema line, except for I can now take high quality pictures
that's
built
kind of
into it as well.
That's kind of a
Yeah,
good
It is
deal.
cracked. The Sony
Wait,
line
what?
is cracked.
What's the cost though? Like how much is that?
Like dirt cheap compared to like other stuff. Like if you're gonna get like FX3 like level quality,
Dang, dude.
and you don't want to spend the big bucks, go get an A7S3. 1,000,000%. Replace all of
how
your
many
cameras.
megapixels is it? Like 40?
I think 32.
That's not bad. It's not great, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Well, my FX3 is like 12 or 16.
Right,
I don't remember which one it
right.
is.
But that's because it's a
Video,
video on the
yeah.
camera.
Right, and I like don't take any photos
Right.
ever
I mean, yeah.
because I'm a loser.
Here's the
And
thing.
I don't
I
know
don't
how
think there'll
to.
ever be a time though where I'm just doing video. Like I like
Nah,
photos.
no,
A7S
we do
S3 all the way.
we do photography so much,
Yeah.
like so much, nearly daily.
Honestly,
And
daily.
the issue is we might have to switch to Sony cinema cameras for the podcasting stuff because we shoot
You know where to find
so
one.
many podcasts. Yeah, we shoot so many podcasts that like we're struggling now.
yeah.
We're shooting this on an FX6 right now. We're using Christian's
Sony
FX6.
gang, baby. I'm
Be-
converting them. I told them my lifelong goal now. Like, I don't care what I do in life. The only thing that I have set on my plate at the moment is converting them to Sony.
Well, tell them how you got into Sony.
Yeah, we keep getting
wait,
derailed.
we gotta get back. we gotta get back to your LA
They're already
trip.
gone. Retention is through the floor right now.
Take us.
Um,
Yeah, literally. My mom is like, "What is happening?" Take
Your mom
us.
is the only one still watching.
Yeah.
Hi.
And there's this one guy who comments on every single reel that we put
I
up.
wonder if he watches on YouTube or not.
I think so, bro. Okay, I don't want to derail us anymore, but only 50% of our audience is in the U.S. Isn't that weird?
No, that makes total sense.
Okay, all right, I'm down. So take us back to your LA trip and
Yes.
kind of glide us into how you got started with sticks and how they transfer you over to Sony.
All right, I'm gonna This is so hard to do a summary of
Do
because
like
there's
kind
so
of a-
many insane
Yeah.
details. I'm gonna try to do like a quick synopsis, but
Clickbait it.
hitting like the wild moments,
Right.
Like quickly hitting the wild moments. So, oh gosh, so it starts out. I move home. Okay, no, sorry. It starts out. How does it start out?
Uh-oh.
Where did it start? Oh, Danny Gewurz, my boy, Danny Gewurz. You know Danny Gewurz?
Yeah, we use his LUTs.
You
Danny,
do?
He's got great. I own his LUTs too. He has great LUTs.
Yeah.
Really good LUTs. Quite possibly the best. Do we have to cut that?
Nope.
Yes, dude. Yes. Anyway, so I bought a ticket to Danny Gewurz's film screening for his first feature film, full-length feature film called "I Think I'm Sick." He started broadcasting for it, and like advertising was like crowdfunding, trying to get money from the people who support him. And I was like, hey, I love this dude. I've taught me so much. Like,
Yeah.
cheap ticket, why not? Had no money at the time, but was like, okay, let's do this thing. 2 years go by, and the film is finally out. I had no plans of ever going to it or of ever even stepping foot on a plane, leaving the. I didn't have money. But
Yeah.
2 years go by, and now I have a credit card that gives me air miles where I can buy an $11 ticket to go to
Yeah.
LA. Only problem is I don't have a place to stay because I don't know anybody in LA. Randomly got connected through a person that I helped film BTS for on his short film in Waco.
We need to define BTS for my mom, just FYI.
Behind the scenes.
There you go.
Yes,
welcome, Mom.
BTS stands for behind the scenes. So I'm shooting behind the scenes for this dude. This was like 3 years ago at the moment. I randomly like send a text or I posted something on Instagram. I don't even remember. He slides in and was just like, hey, I've got a like awesome friend group over there. Like text this number and see if you can stay. Like 9 times out of 10, 100% they'll host you. It's like,
That's
great.
so lit.
I sent over a random text that was like super last minute. I'm leaving in 2 days and I still don't have a place to stay. So I just sent over a random text, was like, blah, blah, blah. Like, please, like, I need a place to stay. Just one night, trying to watch a feature film. They respond super last minute. Was like, hey, if you haven't canceled your flight yet, you'll 100% have a place to stay. And I was like, great. I canceled my flight. So I immediately responded and was like, totally didn't cancel my flight. Here's the flight info. And I rebooked a new flight, like on the spot.
Right.
And so then, long story short, they picked me up. I stayed with them. I went to the film premiere. Met Danny Gewurz. Awesome dude. Talked to him for a while. Came back home. Was getting ready for my flight the next morning. And then I get a text from the person I was staying with and was like, hey, do you want to be in an Air-Rack video? And at the time, I was a massive Air-Rack fan.
Yeah.
Like, still am, but like now we're homies a little bit. And so less of a fan. But I was like, absolutely. Like, this is the LA dream. Is
Yeah.
like, this is finally
Getting
like,
called
this
up
is
randomly
happening. Yeah,
to-
this is what LA's all about. This is the stories you hear. Like, I'm gonna be in the movie now. Like,
Yeah.
the movie's about me. And so I go there. I fake drown at Venice Beach. The like cops.
That
are
was
called.
you?
What? You
Wait.
saw me?
Wait, in the video? Wait, are you the guy who jumped off the bridge in that video?
No.
Wait, I'm so confused. Where does the fake drowning in Venice Beach come in?
Okay, so we're filming a video. I was confused because we cut the bit that was never posted.
Oh.
But I thought maybe he posted it later on
No.
and you saw it.
No. I
Um,
guess I'm thinking of a different video where someone jumps off the Venice Beach bridge.
No.
And, like-
So,
Okay.
oh, that wasn't. I know exactly what video you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
was like,
This was a different thing. It's called Man on the Street, where we pull someone off the street. It's like Impractical Jokers vibes, where
Right.
they mic them up. They got to do crazy challenges for money. The challenge was to like go through all these like basically like pranks where they're like going up to different strangers and saying stupid things. The next one was to see if this person. The whole challenge was not even like to get them to do pranks. It was to see if he would be willing to save me. He doesn't know I'm an actor.
Oh.
He thinks that I'm just like an actual person drowning, and he is fake being a lifeguard on like that's the whole prank. Is he's walking around as a lifeguard telling people to get out of the water, saying, hey, there's a shark, you guys need to get out right now.
Oh my
and seeing if he would
gosh.
do it for money. So the next step was, would he, like, being like a fake lifeguard, would he be willing to step into the actual role to literally go save someone's life? So I stepped
That's a
in,
great video premise.
dude, I step into the water. It is freezing.
Yeah, what time of the year was it?
So cold. It's May.
Yep.
And
no,
like
brutal.
the it's not summer yet. It's like we're just coming out of spring, and the water in LA in the summer, like the peak of the summer, for somebody who's from Texas and is used to the heat, it's freezing.
Yeah.
It's not fun. I've been to the beach twice. One to drown, fakely drowned. Another time just to hang with friends. I've never gone back. I don't like the beach at
Okay.
LA. It's too
There you
cold,
go.
man. And so I get into the water and I'm shivering. I go off into the water. The waves are massive. Like the lifeguards are yelling at me, but I have to ignore it because we're
Right.
trying to film a video and we're here for like one moment and that's it. And I get out there and then there's a lifeguard waving at me. I look at all these signs. I didn't see signs saying I'm not supposed to be in this area. So we have all these cameras set up and everything for this spot. And the lifeguard is like doing this, like telling me to go down the shore.
The
a
real
little bit.
one.
The real lifeguard.
Yeah.
And I just have to listen because like he's gonna come out there and get
You're
me.
gonna
if I
get a
don't.
felony.
So I gotta like I'm like literally I'm freezing cold. Like I'm like in the water. I'm like in an ice bath basically.
Yeah.
And so now I'm treading water, trying to get over to the right spot so we can even start the bit. I look over. I get the nod from like the person in the van, like way far away, like in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And so then I literally just like buckle my knees, go underwater. I'm like, I start screaming for help. I'm like, help! Like, I sold it so hard where I actually started drowning.
Oh no. You were just cold and you're like,
I'm freezing. I'm inhaling water where it's not, and water's not supposed to go there.
no.
The dude like takes off running. Like he rips the mic pack off.
The real
and
guy?
the like the fake
Yeah, the fake
lifeguard
lifeguard.
starts sprinting out into the water, and then the real lifeguard got to me first.
Oh.
But I've got to play it cool or I'm gonna get arrested.
Right.
So this dude's dragging me in, and I'm like falling off of the floaty to like continue like fake drowning.
Bro.
And then I get to shore, and then like we had this whole thing set up. So then
Yeah.
my fake girlfriend comes out of nowhere
Naturally,
and is
yeah.
like, I told you not to go into the water, and I'm still like faking it
You
right now.
can't swim.
And we start walking away, and she was like, this is just like my friend, her name's Jolene, and she like whispers to me, she's like, are you actually drowning? Like, are you good? And I was like coughing and like spitting up water. I was like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm just selling it. And then that was the story of being in an Air-Act video.
And they cut the entire bit.
And they cut the whole bit,
Bro.
the whole thing. But dude, I was having the time of my life. It was like the first YouTube video I was ever
Oh, yeah.
filming for, and it was great.
Best one.
So then, long story short, I'm in LA for over a week. I had canceled 8 flights. I had to work with all these different people. I came back to an Air-Act set to be a drone operator like 2 days later.
Yeah.
Insane. I actually ended up profiting, and I came home and went from a trip where I was like worried about budgeting and like trying to like get cheap flights and then staying
Yeah.
with somebody for free to where I actually made money and then came back home, and I was on the phone with my mom in
Well,
LA.
it's pretty easy to profit when your flight was $11.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So I'm in LA, and I just remember having this call with my mom, and I'm just like, I think I want to move here. And I was
Yeah.
like tearing up because I had met this insane, like this awesome Christian community of just like really cool dudes, guys
Yeah.
and girls who all serve the Lord and just want to. They're in the creative industry. They're all videographers, photographers. There's awesome people.
yeah.
I was like, I want to be a part of this. Somehow didn't find it in Dallas ever. Still haven't. Like I'm just like
Yeah.
trying to like meet as many people
What
as
do you mean
possible.
still haven't? Just kidding.
I just never found it, and so I just like I moved home. I literally like I ripped everything out of Waco, just like loaded up a U-Haul, moved back to my parents' house, and was like,
You
okay,
dropped out of community college?
I dropped out of
Oh
community
my
college.
gosh.
and I was like, what am I gonna
No
do?
one's ever
It
done
was
that.
Like, I guess I'm gonna live with my parents for a little bit because I didn't want to go to LA yet. I was still trying to decide. And then opportunity comes up in Austin, and so I went down to Austin. I worked for a YouTube channel down there called Discover Connection. We made like 3 videos. I was there for 3 months or so, maybe a little less, and then we got like one of our videos hit like 13 million views or something like that.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
insane, like awesome, and that was like the second like YouTube thing that I had ever done.
Yeah.
And so when going down there, it was at the point where I was like, I just want to learn, I want to grow, I want to shoot, I wouldn't want to do whatever. I just
Yeah.
wanted experience. And then that's the experience I got, was
Yeah.
like learning how to make a viral video.
That's
so it was like,
insane.
whoa, this is real. Like, this is no longer just like a YouTube fantasy. Like, YouTube is real if you know how to
Right.
do it and take it seriously.
Right.
That's insane. Moved back home with my parents, and then my dad, he got to some point where we're like laying on the couch, and he was just like, I think you just need to move to LA. And I was like,
It's so weird.
I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, it's all you talk about. You talk about like the what ifs of going and not going. And like, I can tell it's the only thing you've thought about for the past 3 months.
Yeah.
Now's the time to do it if you're going to do it. And you're always going to look back and wonder, what if I went and did it?
Mm.
And he's right. Because
Yeah.
every day that I woke up in Austin working on these videos, I was having fun. Like,
Right.
I was having a
You
great
loved your
time.
work,
But
yeah.
every single day I was like, what would I be doing if I was in LA right now with these new friends that I met? And like, would I be working with Eric? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
And so all these things just like, it led up to the point where I was like, okay, I'm actually just going to do this. And before I even ever did it, this was end of 2023, I get a call from the Styx Boys
Yeah.
out of nowhere because we had this random connection to each other. I had seen their stuff.
Right.
And it was like very beginning. They had just posted they actually might not have even posted it yet, their Iraq video, like the movie they made about Iraq.
Yes.
If Iraq's life was a movie. And so that was like one of the first ones I saw that got them on the map for me, where I discovered them. And then all of a sudden I'm on a Zoom call with them, and they want me to film the BTS of their next video.
Yeah.
And I was
That's
like,
fire.
this is insane.
That's sick.
They called me back and was like, hey, we no longer have the budget to pay you to shoot this video.
And
I
you're
was
like,
dang it, man. Because they were going to come to Texas. They were going to film in El Paso because we needed desert.
Right.
We needed, like, and Ryan Trahan lives in Austin, so he was going to come up. This was for Joyride 1, all the way back to Joyride 1. And they called me back, was like, hey, do we have a budget? We don't have a budget anymore. We're going to stay in LA. And I was like, well, lucky for me, I've got air miles.
Yeah.
I've got a credit card where I can get an $11 flight.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was just like, look, if you need somebody, I would love to be that person.
Right.
I will 100% shoot for free because I know who you guys are. I've seen your stuff, and I know that you guys are going to be big. Like,
Right.
You guys have tapped into a niche that nobody else has, and I want to be a part of it. And they were like, you serious?
Yeah.
Like, this was so early on
Yeah.
that, like, they've never had anybody say that at
Yeah.
this point. But they're also, like, they're incredible people. Like, they're Christians. They love and serve the Lord. Like,
Yeah.
they are just amazing on set. Great
That's
leaders.
it's so weird how that all comes together, because like obviously Ryan's a Christian,
yeah.
and then like you're a Christian, and then the six guys, like I didn't even know that. It's so funny how like it all kind of meshes together.
It is 0% a coincidence.
Yeah, not
Like,
at all.
There's no possible way.
Yeah.
So I fly out. I do Joyride 1. That video, like, that was the first time I was ever on set.
Yeah.
Like, I fake drowned, and that was like a set, but that's like purely like YouTube run and gun vibes versus
Right. Versus
we had,
literally a short
like
film.
yeah, it was a full on short film.
Yeah.
Like, I had never seen anything like it before. I made one short film in high school. It was 18 minutes long. It was terrible. I've never shown it to anybody ever. And Sam actually helped on that.
No way.
Yeah, it was crazy.
At Wiley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, yeah, it was my first time on set. I'd never done anything like it. And, dude, like, it was a long, grueling day where my ADHD had no place to go. Because
yeah.
every shot you set up, you're there for, like, 45 minutes just doing
yeah.
take after
Bro,
take after take.
Way longer than that.
Yeah,
Take that
like-
4 and 5 and make it hours. Like,
And I'm just like, when are we going to go do something?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I was like, this
Dude,
is insane.
the worst nightmare for you is getting the buzz track, like the room audio, where you just stand there for a minute in silence and you're just like,
Room tone.
let me out of my head.
So, like, yeah, first experience on set. That was the biggest set I had ever been on. But it was a good time. It was very different, but it was a really, really awesome experience to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So then I ended up making the jump to move to LA right after that. And coincidentally, which not coincidentally, but for lack of a better word, I met my current roommate on the set of Joyride 1. Who like
the VFX
was
guy?
looking for they both live together, but yeah, same, like, they're business partners.
Okay.
Same people.
Cool.
So I like was talking to him and talking about how like we met for the first time. I was like, hey, I'm looking to like possibly move here. Here's my story. At least like,
Yeah.
that's insane. Like, how did that even happen? And I'm like, well, it's still happening. Like, I'm on set here, and that's insane.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, that's a good point. That's true. And he's like, well, we're actually like potentially looking for somebody to like take a spot and share a room with me. And I was like,
Right.
oh, well, how much would it be? And he gave me a number that was like
He was like
insanely
$30
in my budget.
and you were like,
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm on a twin size air mattress and have been for the past year and a half, but
who's not?
I sleep great.
Yeah.
Like, I sleep so good.
Yeah.
I sleep better there than I do here in my queen size regular mattress.
Yeah, because you're happy.
100%. And so I did that. I've been there for about a year and a half. I've gotten to work with people like Logan Paul, MrBeast. I helped launch Lunchley, which is just
That's so
wild.
funny.
That is
Like,
crazy.
because Lunchley it's kind of such a
It's
meme.
such a meme, dude.
Yeah.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh.
Yeah, you need to see. Afterwards, he can show you the video he made with Logan Paul and KSI, that is and MrBeast, right? Where they push the shopping cart together.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest video ever,
Yeah.
but it works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Brain rot.
Literally.
Also, I mean, like, because of who it is, like, it's gonna do well no matter what.
Exactly.
He can do whatever he wants, and it's
Well,
gonna do
that's
well.
not for a lack of like work either. Is not like that's not what I'm getting at. Like those
Right.
guys grinded for like
Oh, for sure.
a decade, and now they're having the fruits of their labor, which they can do whatever they want now, and it'll pop off. But that's
Yeah.
so funny. Okay, so you met the Sticks guys, and you had your trusty FX6 with you, and what happened?
So I didn't actually. I was still on the R5.
Oh,
No
and they
way.
oh yeah.
So I was
okay.
I was still shooting Canon, and I was shooting Joyride 1 with them, and I showed up with my R5. I just kitted the thing out.
And
I'm
they,
talking like
spit on it.
Ninja monitor, external SSDs on the monitor,
Yeah.
so I can record externally, so it doesn't catch on fire.
Right.
I can record 4K, 60, 24, 30, you name it. I've got it. It's not going to overheat anymore. We're good. 2 terabyte like SSDs
that's lit.
to record on. I just built it out. Like, dropped some money on that thing because I was like, I'm moving to LA. I'm going to be one of the big dogs. I need
Yeah.
to show up with a big rig.
I need a matte box
because-
with nothing in it.
Exactly, dude. That I 100% bought a matte box and there's nothing in it.
Yep.
Showed up. It looked so cool. And then they looked at me and they were like, "You're going to shoot on an FX3."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Frick, dude, I hate Sony. I hated Sony so much, but I never shot on it, so I had
Right.
no reason to hate it." I shot on that thing, and they looked at me and they were like, "By the end of the week, you're going to get a Sony." I was like,
End
"No,
of
I'm
the
not."
week
I
is
was like,
crazy.
"No, I'm not." And they're like, "You're gonna want when we leave this set, you're gonna be buying an FX3." And I was like, "No, I won't." And then I was in the middle of the desert, pitch black, no moon, and I'm at 12,800, and that dude was still autofocusing when I
Yeah.
couldn't even see their faces on the monitor. It is pitch
Yeah.
black, and I just see this little square bouncing from face to face.
Because he
And I
was
was like,
shooting
"Are
with a
you
LUT
kidding
on the
me?"
monitor, so
Yeah.
not log footage. So he
So the log
literally
image could still see them.
yeah.
The LUT monitor couldn't. And I was like, I didn't know that. And I was just like, oh my gosh,
yeah.
I'm getting an FX3.
That's crazy.
And then I did. I
Yeah.
went to go get an FX3 and sold all of my Canon gear.
How
and now I
what
shoot
sucker?
Sony.
What sucker did you sell your R5 to? 'Cause that might be the luckiest you've ever been.
Honestly, it was an insane hookup. It is a dude who lives in Burbank, California, and I'm a part of this like huge WhatsApp. There's like 350 creators in there or something. We have this massive community in LA,
Yeah.
where we just like all try to help each other out. So there's like a gear selling like chat room. There's like
Yeah.
a roommate chat room, all this stuff. I sit in there like for months. I just like keep sending it, like resending it like once a month or something. And this random dude who was from Dallas, Texas, but lives in Burbank,
It's always the Dallas
slides
suckers,
in
dude.
and was like, "Hey, like, would you take this much for it?" It is the exact price that I wanted to sell both of them
No
for. I
way.
sold 2 lenses and 2 R5s to this dude, and a few batteries and the chargers. And I was like, it was literally to a T the number in my mind that I wanted.
He
So I
must have
didn't
been
even send
doing-
him a counter offer or
Must have
anything.
been
I
doing
was,
weddings or something.
he was doing live events, a lot of live events. But
Really?
he was on a Canon ecosystem. He had like all
Oh.
Canon cameras, like
Okay.
every camera you
Mm.
can imagine.
Hmm.
So for him, this was like a
Steal
huge
of the
value
century.
add. Yeah,
Yeah.
this was great for him, and for me, this was an insane steal.
yeah.
Yeah.
because it more than paid for.
And wiping out your whole inventory in one go is literally a
yeah,
godsend.
it left me with one tele lens left, and that's it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And I still have it. If
Well, you
anybody
gotta
wants a
put it on
70 to
Facebook
200,
Marketplace.
no, we'll not do that.
Why?
I just don't have the time.
What about
I'm bad at
MPB
it.
or
I
Adorama?
could. If there's anything I gotta like ship it for, I'm done. I'm not shipping. I'm gonna meet you.
Okay,
I'm gonna
whatever.
meet you, and hopefully you don't rob me. Speaking of, I just got robbed in LA.
No way.
No way.
Yeah, so we're going on a tangent already. That's
What?
crazy.
No, this is where the
That's-
reels
yeah.
kick in.
I literally like 2 weeks ago, let me start that over. Literally like 2 weeks ago, I was talking to a friend and we were talking about like, I live in Inglewood and
Yeah.
everybody's like, oh, it's so terrible. Like, it's so bad. It's so dangerous. And
Well,
you're in the
that's like-
hood.
It's like the corporate design district, right? Inglewood.
I don't even know what that means, but yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's like a lot of warehouses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Because that's where Donut films, right? Inglewood, California.
What's that?
Donut Media, the car people. Oh, dude.
They have a big donut called Randy's Donuts, and that's
I
where
do know about that.
that's where Deadpool was, I think. Or was it Iron Man? I think it was Iron
I don't
Man.
No, I think it's Iron Man.
Yeah, it was Iron Man. Yeah, so that's like walking distance from my house, from my
Yummy.
apartment. And I'm talking to, like, they're asking me where I live. Someone in Texas, and they're like, "Oh, you live in Inglewood? That's such a terrible place." And I was like, "It's really not.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you don't walk around past midnight, you're good."
Yeah.
And even then, like, I've walked around past midnight multiple times, and it's fine. I've
Right.
never seen anything bad. And I told him, I was like, "Yeah, I've never been broken into." A week later, my back window got smashed.
What'd
Like,
they take?
Annihilated. Honestly, they took a little battery pack
Oh.
that was like, it was a booster for my truck. It was like $250. Pretty rough. Had to go buy another one because I don't travel without them.
Right.
Like, if I'm because I travel long distances with my truck.
Those things never work for me though.
Really?
Is it like the gray
Skill
one?
issue.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. It is a skill issue. Just like shooting Canon is a skill
It's
issue.
like it was a DeWalt battery pack.
Oh, yeah, I don't have that one. Then.
Battery booster. They took that. It's like $250. They took this really big box filled with my Deity timecode mics.
No.
Thousands of dollars. All the boxes were empty. So they just took the trash out.
Goodness.
They just took the trash out for me.
Oh
It was
my
great.
gosh.
So I paid them $250 to take the trash out for me, and they didn't take my Burberry sunglasses or my wallet filled with $200 and a bunch of gift cards.
Come on.
So don't know why they didn't do that, but
Robbers are dumb.
by the
dude.
that or it's just you know
God.
big man upstairs,
Yeah, for
homeboy
real.
Like,
Jesus
taking care
was
of
just
you.
like, hey, we're not gonna let them rob this whole thing.
Yeah.
I personally
he was
think,
like, "We'll let you keep your Burberry."
yeah, I think somebody caught them as they were robbing it, and
Mm.
like they could only because they went to the back
Right.
window.
Yeah.
So if they wanted everything else, they'd have to open it up, go to the whatever. And I think someone saw them. And they just snatched what they could and ran. But dude, I got so lucky. I got insanely lucky.
That's pretty lucky, dude. If your DD mics were in there,
Oh,
That
I
was
would have like.
devastating.
that would have been so
I have
bad.
sometimes left gear like I'll get home from a shoot at like 3 a.m.
Right.
and I'm just like, I'll take what I can. One trip.
You're like one trip.
I'll take what I. Also, I'm sometimes parking like half a mile away from my apartment because there's
Yeah.
street sweeping, and then like you have to be up at 7 a.m. the next morning if you park on a certain side on a certain night, and so it fills up, and you've got to just keep going way down to find a
Right.
spot. And I'm like, I'm not taking all my gear
Yeah.
half a mile to my apartment.
You gotta get a little.
I
Cart.
feel like I literally leave thousands of dollars worth of gear in my car. Like,
But we live in
very
the
often.
suburbs.
Yeah. Well, even when I park, I may work downtown Dallas, and like,
Dude.
even when I go to I literally like, when I shoot concerts and I park illegally because I don't want to like pay $30 for parking and to go in and shoot.
Right.
And so like I have these spots because like I shoot at every venue in Dallas. So, like I know like all these different spots where I can park and not get towed. But it's like I will literally leave like $1,000 of lights, just cameras in the back seat,
Right.
and like I've never really
And
been
so
worried
Luke
about
drives
it being stolen.
just airing out your business to
No,
all
now
the
that you're saying that,
homeless
I guess I might start moving stuff. But it's like you
Yeah.
don't want to take the effort.
My
every
mom
time.
literally said to me last night, she was like, "You should not be leaving all that stuff in your car." Because I packed my car up because we shot the podcast yesterday.
Yeah.
So I had all my anamorphics, all these lights, everything, my cameras in that car. And then I had to bring it inside to film something for my sister for her like musical that she's doing. And it was actually kind of sick. We like did a puppet show behind this sheet, and I like used the lights to like backlight it, and it looked real
That'd be
nice.
sick.
And so then I moved all the stuff back out to my car this morning, and my mom was like, "Yeah, you really shouldn't be leaving that in the car." Granted, I literally live in like the whitest, safest Plano neighborhood known to man. It's not gated, but like it is so safe.
I feel like all of Plano is just gated. Like
yes,
you could just look at the whole city of Plano.
Yeah.
It's just basically one
No,
big gated
literally.
community.
it's voted the happiest city in Texas.
It was top 3 in safest cities in America.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
It's so
That's
safe.
crazy.
It's actually that's why I'm telling you to move to Plano. We live on a bike trail. I can
but then I
bike to-
can't blow things up.
that is valid.
Like I can't hear.
but we have friends that we can blow things up in Argyle at their house.
it's true.
So
I
But
mean,
also, free rent
say less.
at my parents' house.
Say less.
that is true. We're both
Why
living
not?
with
I
our
have
parents right
one
now.
more. This is my last month of free rent.
Yeah,
Then
for the rest of your
for the rest of
entire
my life.
life.
Because I'm already paying rent in LA.
Oh.
So it's like
How much is your rent in LA? 500, you said? That's not
it
bad.
fluctuates, but
Yeah.
that's like
That's
average.
really nice.
It's insane, dude. I'm telling you, the people that I live with, insane blessing.
Granted, his setup, he's in a room with 4 bunk beds or something.
No, that might be the future. Right now, it's just me and
Oh.
one dude.
Oh, okay.
Literally,
That's
it's
chill.
me and one guy. That's all that it is.
I thought you said at our lunch, you were like, yeah, eventually we'll have like so many bunk beds, but like no one's gonna be in them.
Yeah, it's kind of like a hostel type
Yeah.
of vibe. Like we pay a little bit of money a month, and there's like a bunch of
That's
people.
what
but
you
we
were
all
saying
like
you were gonna build
fluctuate
it.
out because we all travel so much.
Right. That's kind of lit though.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into what did you need to cover?
Do you need to cover something?
I wanted to cover something.
I mean, I can.
It's gonna be so hard to follow and listen to because I feel like we're all just like ADHD.
Oh, no, it's
and
good.
just bouncing everywhere.
The thing is,
It's gonna give you a lot of real content, but
Right.
if you're watching on YouTube, people are gonna be like, "Dude, why did you just cut off mid conversation and just like switch?"
yeah. Well, it's
They're
kind
like,
of.
"Tell me the end of the story." Like you didn't finish.
We didn't finish the story. I feel like
I
we
feel like
kinda
there's like
did.
4 things we haven't finished, but I don't remember
We have bounced
because
in
Yeah.
a second. Anyways, so I just want to be sold because I am still not sold on Sony and like,
you will be.
but like, I'm just
Why,
like,
though?
sell me on it because like my thing is with Canon. Like I love my.
Why are
Canon
you shooting
colors.
on the FX6 right now?
Wait, are we? Oh, the
Record limit.
Exactly.
But
But the
there's,
R5C doesn't have
there's
a record
so
limit,
many
does
Canon
it?
cameras that don't have a record limit.
how much money are you gonna spend on R5C?
3,000.
No,
Flat.
you can get R5C like 23.
R5C is $29.99 right now, brand new.
Really?
Why would you
Yeah.
not get an FX3?
Because
much is
Better
it?
yet, why
4,000.
would you not get an A7S3 that takes photo and
That-
video? and
that
has
is
the
what I
same
will
That's
say.
actually
sensor as
valid.
the FX3.
But it's like, do I
But-
want to adapt all of my lenses or sell all of my lenses? is
Yeah,
my
and
thing.
I also
So
don't.
all
I
of the
don't
lenses
like.
are cheaper than Canon lenses.
That's not true at
That's
all.
Go to
there's no
Sigma.
way. G Masters are not.
Sigma
Sigma.
freaking sucks,
No,
dude.
yeah, I'm
Do you
not,
shoot on Sigma?
No, compared
Exactly.
No, I have two.
Ever?
Yes, I have 2 Sigmas for
My
The
work.
old
thing
ones or
is-
the new ones? The art
The new
lenses?
ones, the arts. I have 2.
Okay, no, the arts are the exception, but like that just proves the exceptions prove the rule. Like the art series is good.
But like, why would I not adapt my EFL series mount that I have to E mount,
Oh yeah, just do that. Just shoot.
You're
Yeah.
good.
and then
Yeah.
just sell my?
Yeah, just keep all your lenses.
I don't want to use Canon lenses on a Sony body though. It's more of the look for me.
So many people do that.
I know, but it's like the look for
Well,
me.
just use it until you get the money to sell them, or find the opportunity to sell them and get a new
Well,
one.
I got my lenses on such a budget deal that like I got my 24 to 105 f4 for $400.
Dude, imagine
24 to
like,
105 is actually
you
a
spend
crack
like
lens.
what
It's so cracked.
$1,800 on Ciru anamorphics
Yeah.
RF.
Yeah.
So you have to sell all those.
Yes, I spent I think $2,300 on them.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Yes.
But
$2,300.
the good thing is that glass holds their value.
Right, especially
well.
those cinema lenses.
Like that's why I'm
Yeah.
selling my RF like 70 to 200 for so much. Just 'cause,
and
like,
they have
it's
them.
still going.
They
at
have
that
them
rate.
in
Yeah.
E mount, so it wouldn't. I could just make the switch, and they might be under return policy.
I don't know. I just feel like my lenses.
Hear me out. Sell those. I'm like crunching. Anyway,
Dude, you're just someone just. Threw
I'm
up.
a menace, bro.
Someone just threw up.
I'm
listening.
a menace. So anyway, you could just sell the RF lenses and get some Blazar Remus lenses.
No.
Because
The build
instead
quality
of-
on the Venuses is so insane.
And the Venus, the flares,
but
on
it's
the Venus
pin
are
cushion.
so good.
It's not barrel distortion.
But I also don't like the Blazar flares
I
at
don't,
all.
yeah, that's my thing. I don't like Blazar
What? No, no, no.
flares.
Dude,
They don't look as cinematic
I don't-
to me.
Dude, I think the Sarui.
Siri.
I don't know
call
if it's Siri or Ciru. Like,
It doesn't matter.
I say Sarui, so that's what I'm gonna stick with.
Sarui.
Sarui.
Okay, there's no way that's
Dude,
right.
it's not, I'm telling you, I know it's not right, but it's way more fun to say.
Sarui.
Sarui.
Like saying Tarjay.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
It's Sarui. It's so
That's-
much more fun. Anyway, so the Sarui lenses, I feel like the flare on it is like so. It's like boosting saturation on color grading. It's just like too
Right.
much, you know.
I
It's
don't
just
know, I
like
feel like if
big,
I'm getting a
it's thick,
cine-
and it's so across the screen.
But the Venuses, it's a more controlled flare.
Oh, I've never shot on the Venuses.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
they are blue, but
There
it's like,
is
that's like what I
also
want.
there's also a Blazer Remus version Siri lens.
Also, I have a blue flare.
Right. Ours is blue.
But isn't it? I feel like I was watching it. It's like not as strong though, right? It's like tiny.
It's not as strong, but if you're shooting like a concert, it's really strong. But it's not as
Yeah.
strong as a Sarui.
Really. But
Because they're just different flares.
So
I
the-
like it to be more tame though, because it's like subtle, and if you do catch it, it's like,
Yeah.
oh wow, that's beautiful. Versus like it's in your face and you can just like see it. But that's also Like that's just a choice. Like it's not a right or wrong answer.
If I had bought the carbon fiber version of the series, the Saturns, then I would switch to the Remuses, no question. But I chose the Venuses because they're literally cinema housed, like perfect lenses.
Yeah.
Where the Remuses are like, those are built for travel. Like those are tiny.
Kind of. They're not. I would say that they're not built for travel. I'd say they're budget friendly. People compare them
These
to
are
like
so cheap.
top people compare them to Atlas
Signature Primes.
Yeah. No. What's the full name?
That.
Just Atlas Anamorphics.
I guess so.
I thought there was another word. Atlas blank.
I don't know.
We'll call him anymore.
I'm gonna look it up real fast. We can cut.
Okay,
this.
so we don't cut anything. We literally
Screw
just keep
you.
yapping. So the thing is with
Atlas Mercuries, I remembered it. I didn't have to look it
okay.
up. Yeah, the Atlas Mercuries, they look insane, and they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars for lenses.
Yeah.
And they're comparing a $900 anamorphic lens to an Atlas Mercury. That's absurd.
That is kind of nice. I don't know. I'm not switching to Remuses. That's for sure.
Boo.
I love my
Okay,
Venuses.
here's the deal: is like if I were to switch to Sony, because there's a couple of things I want to buy.
When you switch to Sony,
there's a couple of things. There's like an order of events that needs to happen.
he's
right?
smirking because he knows I'm right.
I need to get like one more light, which is gonna be like $1,000.
Yes.
Don't get another light.
No.
Just
what?
shoot 12,800.
No.
No, my lights are. I have GVM lights. They're not good.
They turn us green.
They make us green,
dude.
So I'm planning on getting the. Okay, well actually I was gonna get the Aperture 600, but now I might just get the newer 600.
I
It's
promise
like
you,
$300.
I have also. I think I have the same one. Are they square? They've got the barn
panel
doors,
lights?
The panel lights.
No, the GVMs.
Yeah,
I
the
have
GVMs.
those, and then I have also the 100D or whatever.
I
it's
use the barn door lights, and when I was shooting
called. Are they
Canon,
like 60 watt. See, like,
yeah, when I was shooting Canon, terrible. When I switched to Sony, I still use them just because.
I would believe it.
Sony's,
'Cause you can draw.
just because I
Sony's
can- I
greens
can do
are
it.
kind of nice.
I would believe
But
that. Yeah.
Sony's oranges suck though. You gotta admit that.
No, dude, are you kidding me?
That's like a known fact that Sony's oranges are
Not when you can
so
just
bad.
grade.
Yeah, but you can
I
only
just for photos,
good at
maybe,
it.
Like I just like.
Oh yeah, see, I don't touch photos.
Photo is a whole
It's
nightmare.
that's really
With
my
my
main
experience, with like my 0% experience of taking photos, I would say choose Canon if you're gonna take photos.
Right, and we take so
Yeah.
many photos.
But the thing is, if you are you're video first, right?
no,
I'd say if you are photo
the plan
first,
is to transition, but like right now I'm. Photo
we're
first.
so hybrid. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Like, I have.
but
to,
here's the other thing you got to look at. You got to look at where you want to be and be on the right path to get there.
But I
So
just
if you want to be a filmmaker, you've got to get on the right path to be a filmmaker.
right. But I also love my
Input-
life as a photographer.
The thing that's my thing.
So
is like,
much.
I
I
know,
will
but you
never
gotta
give,
you gotta go through a pruning process in order to bear more fruit.
then
so
I'll
if
prune-
You've got to prune
then
if
I'll-
you want to grow.
Then I'll prune being an editor.
What?
you
Where
edit
did that come
videos?
from?
What? Why would you? You didn't even have to. That wasn't even on the table.
You want to write short films and shoot
You
short
got rid
films.
of that for no reason.
no, but
no
you're-
one said you had to stop doing that.
I can't prune photo or video. I can't.
No. You basically you've got high quality photos and right now you've got high quality video.
Right.
You need to double up and get even better high quality video by switching to Sony and put photo kind of not. You're not necessarily gonna go down, but it like Canon is priority for photos typically. So you're putting that in second place right now to still get good photos. You're gonna get good photos on Sony, but you're gonna get even better video.
I don't know, dude. I've shot on a lot of Sony's.
It's just like,
for
do I want my photos to be teal
What
and
photos
orange?
have you taken pictures on with Sony?
A7 III, A7 IV, a Alpha 1 or whatever it is.
Those are all great photo cameras from Sony.
Yeah, but they're suck
It's
compared
the
to
colors,
Canon.
though. That's the thing.
Do you shoot?
I
What do
shoot
you
raw.
shoot?
The highest format raw every single time.
And it's like you literally.
I
have
mean,
to,
I'm not going to argue
you would
that
have
Canon
to-
is worse on photo. I'm not going to argue
Yeah.
that. Like, it's better.
It
It is better.
It's objectively better. Like,
But Sony is so much better for film. Like it is.
okay,
it
well
is
then
just,
maybe
like,
we'll
God
just
tier.
maybe we'll just start booking more clients and buy both.
Maybe.
Or you could just hire your boy.
We could do that,
That too.
You could
We're
just hire your
but
boy.
here's the thing: we did you get new shoes?
No, I literally had dress shoes on. This looks so bad. I have like white tall socks on with these jeans and these.
Yeah,
Air
what
Maxes.
shoes are those?
These are like from high school. They have been in my backseat of my Jeep for so long, but I didn't want to have dress shoes on, so I switched
Okay,
them.
that's kind of valid. Everyone ignore Luke's shoes.
I respect that. Just like put a blur right there. Like
yeah,
a
we'll
Gaussian
blur them. We'll track the Nike
for
sign
the
whole
entire
time.
time.
Yeah, the render time on Premiere though will be so short, so that's good. Okay, so where are we talking
Okay, anyways,
about?
I'm trying to get back on Canon. So
Buy
My
a
reason
Sony.
why I don't want to switch is like I'll never give up shooting concerts in the R6 for low light. In the
Bro, you don't understand. The R6 photo capabilities in low light is unmatched. Unmatched.
It's better than the R5.
Just take a photo at 12,800.
Bro, we do.
When I'm shooting concerts,
Well, you
I
can
can
still
We
do it.
turn
You
it all the
switch.
way up to 25,600.
Yeah.
Also, low light. I'm just gonna say it. Low light for photo doesn't even matter anymore. It just doesn't.
Are you
There's so much AI out
no,
there
that's
to
so
denoise.
That's true. The Lightroom
like-
denoise is insane.
Like, dude, it just doesn't matter anymore.
I
Yeah.
hate AI. I hate AI denoise.
Well, that's
I,
why
I'm not advocating for AI. I'm like,
But-
I don't want it to take our jobs, but you have to use it. It's so
but
good.
do you
No,
think sensor size matters? That's
all right?
that's the real question.
What kind of question is that?
Yo.
So many people are like,
Mine is okay. All right, it's good enough.
stop. But like you shoot full frame cameras.
Yes.
So many
only
people-
Full frame.
Would you ever shoot not full
Yes.
frame?
I own an R7 for like a couple
Okay,
years.
but so many people have gotten so mad at us for like
a goated camera. I can't
dude,
even
it's
lie.
great. There's
No.
no record time limit.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I might buy like 3 R7s.
Dude, for weddings, I was cross shooting with 2 R5s and
Yeah.
I bought an R7 just
but
for
an
the middle,
R7's not
and
crop
I'm running
sensor.
from it is. It's crop sensor. It's not full frame.
Then what's the full frame alternative to the R6 that doesn't have IBIS? I thought it was the R7.
It's not the R8.
The R8.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
R10.
I'm getting lost in the sauce. Definitely not the R10, because once you get up into those high numbers, it gets funky. I think the R8 is the. Let's not talk about this. Okay.
Just camera jargon at this point.
Literally,
And we don't even know for sure. Like it's just
Yeah.
always like
my
hypothetical.
sister used to watch this podcast, and now she can't because she's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's just a foreign language.
It's literally a foreign language, like S-Log3 or whatever. People are like, what? So, we're okay. Do we want to finish the Sony conversation? 'Cause-
Yes, I want to wrap it. Let's put a bow on it.
Okay, put a
Alright.
bow on it, land the plane.
Basically, Sony sucks and we're never switching.
Amen. The end.
Editor cut to them switching like a year from now.
Well, so here's the. I'll probably end up buying a Sony camera one day.
Well, that's what I was. Okay, before we got
Actually, no. I definitely.
I'm almost due for a new body. Is what I was saying. I want to buy one more light, and then besides that, I have all the lenses that I would want.
Right.
But it's like if I buy a
Do
new
you-
body, then I have to
Do
sell.
you have all the lenses you want?
minus the image stabilization? But if I
Why
switch,
the
it doesn't
frick
matter.
Do you not have an 75 mil?
Why would
Okay,
you need
I
a-
do-
Why would you
I
need
do
a
want-
75 mil?
75
serious.
mil anamorphic, the best.
It
thing
is a
ever.
nice shot.
It is the.
Oh, I guess I have a 65,
Yeah.
so I guess.
Because yeah, my only anamorphic right now is a 35, which
yeah,
is like
which
all
is devious.
Okay.
So that's like a 22.
I actually wish I had a 35. I have a
The
45.
35 is so nice. 45 is like my favorite focal length.
Really?
Yes, I love it.
I shoot on the. I have a 100 as well. What's the
100
tightest
is
that you have?
nice. 150.
I wish I had a 150.
It's-
I think the
bro.
Remuses just came out with a 150.
The 150 is massive. We'll have to show you later. But dude, these things are tanks. Like this
oh,
is
they're
this-
RF. I was wanting to put it on my FX6.
Sorry, I didn't buy
Hey,
it.
you know what?
M mount.
After this podcast is over, let. Did you say M?
Yeah, you can adapt that to literally anything.
After this podcast, let's throw my best anamorphic and your best anamorphic on each other's cameras. Like you build your camera out, I'll build my camera out, and then we'll see. Like we'll set up different shots and compare them
Bro,
side by side.
we gotta go home, dude. It's an hour and a half
I
drive.
work in
You
the
guys
morning.
work a full-time job. Screw you guys.
Sorry, we gotta make them bands, dude. We're getting
You're
married.
getting married in 47 days.
Yeah, we gotta.
I'm gonna
Hey,
be single for life.
When we had that. Oh, if anyone wants to date Christian, he is available. Only Christians.
I am available. Yes.
Only WOGs, women of God. That's what that
Please
means.
call me. I'm
Yes.
very
He's
desperate.
desperate.
I'm insanely desperate.
And if you are, wait, would you? Oh, this is a good question because
Oh, gosh.
What was your saying? You said you never dated a photographer. I said I wanted to.
I would never date a photographer.
Okay,
but I
would
did.
you? But now he does. Would you ever?
I would prefer to.
Really? So that's what I
Absolutely.
thought. But then it's like,
Well, here's the other thing. I'm not competitive, like in life,
which
like,
is so weird to me.
like I'm just not like in sports. I'm never competitive. Like I'm just not a very in board games. Like I'm not really good with party games. I don't get super competitive. I will get competitive as a bit. Like I'll start screaming and like yelling, but like
right.
I do not care. I won't trash talk. I don't like being competitive. I don't know why.
Mm.
So with that being said,
You're
it
just more
translates-
sanctified than us.
it translates to relationship as well, where if she's doing the same thing as me, I'm not envying her being better or getting jealous of it.
Right.
It's almost like if she is better or like advancing quicker in her craft, that's also my craft.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's sick.
So
Like
photographer
she's out there
logs.
doing better than I am. That's awesome. Like,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? I want to lift her up as well.
If you own a Sony FX3, you're a woman, you're a Christian.
She's got to have an FX6. Are you
No
kidding me?
Canon users.
Dude, if you shoot Canon, you're done. Like,
Bro, what?
I'm not talking to you. Are you kidding me?
What if she's a wedding photographer and makes more money than you? Get to be a stay-at-home dad.
Well, then I'm gonna get competitive.
See, that's where the
Honestly,
real truth comes
no,
out.
that would be sick.
Yeah,
I'd be perfectly fine with that.
yeah, it would be
Because
lit.
That I would probably learn from her, and she'd learn from me.
There
Like,
you
we
go.
both have different skills and abilities that like we can actually build off of each other to make our crafts even better.
My question is, okay, let's get into some stuff for learning, because we've been having a dilemma of, we need to start offering a little more value to our listeners who are beginners. And so how did you progress so quickly in video? What was your secret? Because honestly, you did. And you did throw yourself into the gauntlet, but
So I bought an FX6 before I ever shot log. If you don't know,
That's an insane
just for
statement.
reference, that is the dumbest thing
oh yeah,
you could.
oh yeah,
Never mind.
Dude, that's like I'm trying to like put that in like an equivalent term of like
That's like buying a. That's like buying a.
you can do it. You got it.
You guys are bullying me. That's like buying one of those drills that drills into the earth before you even know.
You made a drill analogy.
Before you know how to screw into a wall.
That's the worst analogy ever.
I was gonna say like buying like I don't know like a Ferrari before you like take on your driver's license or something, and he went with a drill into the earth.
buying a drill.
Yeah, like,
Don't
you
make
know,
me
It's like that incredible scene, like the Underminer or the Undertaker or
Yeah.
whatever. That's a wrestler.
The
the
Underminer.
Underminers from the
Underminer.
Incredibles.
Oh gosh, incredible.
Okay, but
I need to stop
that's a
crying.
good analogy though. That's like
No, it was
No, no,
horrible.
awful. We're gonna think of another one though.
it's like buying.
It's like buying the DJI FPV drone before
like-
you phone any FPV.
It's like buying an Indy car, but or a F1.
Stop, dude.
It's like buying an F1 car before you know how to ride a bicycle.
Okay, that's a much more extreme
Or a
one, but
golf cart.
That makes more sense.
Way more extreme than like the FX6, but it was like at least people understood what you were talking about.
Right. You don't mean people don't understand drills?
It was just really out of the box.
Well, that's what my brain is.
you know what?
Out
You're a
of the
creative
box.
man.
I-
You're very creative.
You know what? Thank you.
Hey, anytime,
You made up
man.
for all the flaming that I just took on. See, this is the thing. Sony people are apparently bigger haters than Canon people, because Sony people always be mean to us. Canon people,
We're just the realists.
they just don't exist.
Also, I don't think we really hate on Canon except for their batteries, but like
the
Oh.
batteries are mad expensive. But so are Sony's,
yeah.
How much are y'all's?
$80.
Yeah, $80
which
for us.
is so foul.
I
That's
mean,
why
this one is $400.
That's why I run it. Yeah, but that's insane.
It's gold mount.
Yeah, that's why I run it off the portable,
Mhm.
because those are $40 and they can do everything.
Yeah, and they last forever.
Yeah.
And then you just recharge it and you're good to go.
Or buy a new one on Amazon if it breaks. They're $40. Who
That's true.
cares?
That is
They're
true.
20,000 milliamp hours.
So I bought an FX6 before I ever even touched or shot log footage.
Did you know what it was?
I knew what it was. Okay, that's technically a lie. I technically just lied. So I spent a few months with my R5 down in that shop when I moved back home. Before I went to Austin, I was still shooting weddings, and I was doing an all standard picture profile. And I was down there, dude, spending just like hours and hours just popping an SD card in, hitting record,
Mhm.
shooting an overexposed shot with no lighting, shooting an underexposed shot with no lighting, shooting a regular exposed shot with lighting, and like all these different variations in C-Log, and then popping the SD card out, moving the tripod, going back inside and putting it into my computer, importing the footage and starting a new project file, doing all this color grading. Oh, all of this sucks. Why does it suck? Okay.
Yeah.
Popping it out, putting it back in, doing a new, like all new different tests and looking at the little monitor down there. Is it like -2?
But
Is it positive
what were
2?
you even changing? Like your aperture and your ISO?
Yeah, aperture and ISO, trying to figure out, why is it so grainy for this? Like, is my ISO weird? Am I like, am I trying to pull my shadows like too high up and my highlights too high down, too far down? Like what? I didn't even know what that meant at the time. Like pulling up shadows and pulling down highlights. I didn't even know what that was.
Right.
I just was like, I was thinking I knew what it was, and it wasn't working. I never figured out how to shoot C-Log 3, honestly. I just never did.
Devious.
Also, I didn't know until like 3 days ago that C-Log 3 is not the best C-Log.
No,
it's
C-Log 2.
2.
Yeah.
I was shooting C-Log 3, reading online was like, oh, this is like the best. It's going to give you the most dynamic
Does the R5
range.
do C-Log 2?
No.
Oh,
So I
okay,
didn't even
well,
have the
then you're
option.
fine, yeah.
But I thought, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like this is the best C-Log, the C-Log to shoot in, and it sucks.
Well, you know what they say. He who knows what to do and doesn't do it, to him it's sin. You didn't know what you're doing, so I don't think it counts.
All right.
I
facts.
think you're all right.
I like that. So then comes to me like way later. I was living in LA and I'm thinking about selling all this Canon gear to switch over to Sony. It's when I shot with sticks, and then I was just like, dude, I don't think I'm gonna buy the FX3. I think I'm gonna go all the way and buy the FX6 internal NDs.
That's so
The other thing, I was talking to my roommates, and
Internal NDs is kind of awesome, though.
Yeah,
dude,
that's so
kind of awesome.
No, it's
it
it's
makes
mega
or
ops.
breaks how awesome the camera is.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And so I'm talking to my roommate, and he's like, don't buy this camera. He's like, crazy director, shoots some awesome stuff, really cool guy. Also a believer. And
He was saying don't buy the FX6?
no, he was saying, sorry, I went on a small tangent to introduce him. He was saying, don't buy this camera if you think it's going to bring you more jobs. If you think it's going to bring you more money. If you
Yeah.
think that just owning an FX6 is going to be like, oh, I'm Christian Chambers, I have an FX6, don't do it. But if you think it's going to force you to rise to the occasion, you're going to learn a lot by having this camera, and it's going to elevate and change your craft,
Yeah.
do it for that reason. And I was like, well, I don't know what it's going to do, but I'm going to buy it.
You're like,
So-
it has buttons.
got a lot of cool buttons.
Yeah.
And so I drive up to Sammy's camera in LA, and I walk out with a brand new FX6.
And then he got robbed in the park.
And I bought this like, it's a really sick lens, honestly, but it allows you to use the handle on that side to like zoom in and out.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the,
yeah.
camcorder style.
I love those.
It was like a 35 to 105. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
That was a bag. Like that lens.
Yeah.
It's massive. It looked like I felt like I was shooting a TV
what
production.
f-stop? Please don't tell me it was variable.
4.
Oh, okay.
4.
Solid.
Yeah. So I walk out with that, and that was a huge mistake. But anyway, I'm looking at that camera with this massive lens, and it's over there in my passenger seat, and I'm just driving home, and I look over there. I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done?
Yeah, your bank account
Oh my
is
gosh, what have I done?
empty.
I can't even shoot on this thing. Like,
Yeah,
if I even wanted to, I don't know how.
Did
like,
you had a monitor, so you could at least
yeah,
use it.
I had a Ninja, a 5-inch Ninja monitor at the time, and I'm just like, yeah, I can use the camera and turn it on,
Right.
but I've never shot log.
No.
And then I turn it on and I realized
And it has
what
RAW?
the- yeah, I was like, what? And it has whatever Cine EI is.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't even know what that is.
what the heck is that?
Wait,
I know what
thought
it
it was
is.
Cine L.
No,
EL.
it's EI.
Oh.
Oh.
Learn something new every day.
Well,
I can explain what Cine EI is.
Well,
if
I
you
have
want.
I have
Yeah.
LUTs for it, and so I have a camera that I have a Sony at work that shoots Cine L.
EI.
Okay. Yeah, EI.
EI. I'm just saving you from future embarrassment.
EI.
This is a safe place. It's not. You're
It
an
wasn't a
idiot.
few minutes ago.
This is a safe place to fail. I'm saving you from future embarrassment.
Yeah, on the internet where it's gonna be posted forever.
Exactly.
Well, it just made sense because like El Cine, you know, like Spanish.
No.
And that-
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Because I speak Spanish,
That makes sense.
so I was like,
I almost failed Spanish twice, so.
well, I did that too, but
Oh.
then I
Then
just
you lived in Mexico.
yeah,
makes
then I
sense.
just locked in
So,
basically, like
Cine
you did with
EI,
the FX.
It's not like a different like codec or.
Oh, the light just
Aw.
went out.
Dude, my hair light's gone. Dang it.
What did you do?
Dude, I don't know.
Can you go
Are
fix
we
it?
cutting it?
Well, it's
Do
the
we go fix it?
whole thing's gonna look
That's the
different
thing.
now.
We don't have to cut it because I'm shooting on Sony for this podcast.
No. But we want the look to be the same.
No, I know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if we wanted to watch him in this podcast, go do this whole thing, and you not cut it, we can.
No, we will cut it.
Okay.
Don't worry. I like look at the timestamp and I'm like, yeah, I'll do that. Cause Luke does all the reels and I do all the
You ever crop in, like?
on the reels.
No, sorry. Like, say, like a little bit ago,
It overheated maybe.
when I was like, I'll start that over.
Well, that does make sense because we're right at 1 hour. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. All right. Just leave it. We'll leave all
Could
this
it be
in.
because the block doesn't have enough power, and you need more power?
No, this is the cable. The nan light things are very like they're picky. But oh well, we'll leave all this in so people know why we all of a sudden have really bad lighting. Just kidding. They're used to it.
Welcome back, Luke.
They're used to our bad lighting. But okay.
Salmon lighting.
Yeah. We get called the Salmon Boys.
Magenta.
You have an eyelash, by the way.
Me?
Do you want me to get it for you?
You got it, boo.
I didn't get it.
Oh, thanks.
I at first.
There was no
I got
eyelash.
it now. There was no eyelash. Just licks my finger. By the way, this is the first time me and Christian have actually hung out.
That's
which
true.
is kind of funny.
We met at Torchy's.
We went to
for
lunch.
The first time ever.
We went to lunch together, but this is if you're seeing a weird dynamic,
It's the
that's
first time we've ever met.
he
so.
didn't even know Luke.
I think the weird dynamic is the fact that we're already just like insanely roasting each other, and
No,
I haven't
as
even
you
ever
should.
met with you guys ever. And
that's kind of the point of being a
that's just-
photographer is like just being able to roast people.
Logie.
yeah. That's the only reason I wanted to become a videographer.
Right. Is so you can just start flaming people for not using
That's
Sony.
literally what today's
Exactly.
reel is about.
So
Right.
Cine EI,
Yeah.
it doesn't change anything about the look of the camera, so it's going to change your base ISOs. Instead of shooting 640 and 12,800, you're shooting at 800 and 12,800.
Which is my preference.
Okay. And then the other thing is you cannot shoot anything in between 800 and 12,800. You are shooting either 800 or 12,800.
Also fine with that.
So if you raise
Not
the
ideal,
ISO
but-
to 3,200, then you're going to be looking on the camera, like on your monitor. It's going to be exposing, and it's going to give you like what it looks like at 3,200 ISO,
yeah.
but it's still shooting 800 ISO. So when you put it into post, if you're not looking at it and you're not like, and you're not at 800, well then on set you're like, oh, this looks great. And then in post, you're going to be like, oh, why is this underexposed? It's because you were exposing Cine EI,
yeah.
and your Cine EI was, you're
It does
shooting at
usually give
800.
you an error, at least on the A7 IV. I don't know if it does on the FX6, but on the A7 IV, I know it gives you an error, and it's like, hey, don't do that. So
That makes sense.
that's helpful.
Because what all it's doing is it's allowing you to shoot with zero grain. Like you don't want any grain, so you're shooting at 800 or 12,800.
So that's why all those people on TikTok are like, here's what 1 million ISO looks like on Sony FX3. And they like go to like their tractor in their backyard. Have you seen that video? And they like, okay. What is it with me and construction materials, dude?
We are just on one today.
Anyway,
Okay, whatever.
no, I want to hear the end of
Yeah,
the
but
story.
what was a million eyes like?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm not like shaming this.
Well,
I'm
why
just
this
really,
detractor?
You were just talking as if like I was about to recognize exactly what you were saying.
Well,
and
I
I was
kinda
getting
thought-
more lost the more you
Well,
talked.
what I've noticed is every photographer has the same For You page. And so
Proof
I
that I'm a
kind
videographer and not a photographer.
well, I'm kind of using it as a blanket term. So like they'll be like testing the low light, and then they'll just like absolutely blast it. I think this is the one with the tractor.
That looks like a house.
Oh, that's mountains.
Oh.
Where's the tractor one? Okay.
You
oh.
haven't let us even finish one video yet.
Well, sorry, viewer retention, you know. So like they'll like it's pitch black outside, but they'll go out and shoot it like it's daytime. Like they'll do day for night or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know where the tractor one is, but you have to believe me, please.
I believe you.
I'm
So
not
what
crazy.
is your point with that?
Well, it's
I'm
just
a little
impressive.
lost.
I was just wondering here, like 200,000 ISO, and you can see in pitch dark. Like that's cool.
Yeah, they definitely like denoise the crap out of that.
Yeah.
Because if you go over 12,800,
Yeah.
it's like super grainy,
Okay.
like a normal camera.
Which
would be.
I'm not a huge fan of, like a ton of in-camera processing. I'm really not a fan of it. Which is why I shoot.
define that in what way?
So, like on my Canon, I have all the like processing basically turned off. So it's giving me like a very raw image.
just like flat, like you're just have a really
Super flat.
Yeah,
image?
as flat as possible.
As flat as possible without as much like I don't have the ISO like denoise in camera setting on. Like I leave that off cuz it comes turned
Okay.
on from the factory. Like I love just leaving it off cuz I feel like I have more control over, and I know I'm losing. Like you lose, oh yeah, you can like I don't know. It just is more natural because you're
Well, I
literally.
mean, you guys get up to like 6400 ISO and then it's grainy.
No, that's not true.
Really?
I shoot.
It's not
I
great.
shoot at 25,600 literally all the time.
Video?
No way.
Yes,
I would never go that high.
dude. I do that all the time for.
25,000. Oh wait, I was thinking 250,000.
No. Yeah, I shoot 25,600 all the time.
That's still insane. Like,
I get like not a.
so why would you go dual native ISO?
I don't
For
have to.
12,000?
I
I know,
need
but I'm
dual
saying for
native.
Sony, why would you go to 12,800 when you're shooting at 25,800?
Well, so the thing for me is like, I'm sort of transitioning from my run and gun era. Because right now, I've been in my run and gun era for, 6 years? And now it's kind of getting
What camera are you on?
R6.
25,600.
And it's beautiful. Yeah. The R6 is a low light beast.
I push mine past like 10, and I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, I literally can't tell a difference in post at all.
Oh, you're talking about photo or video?
Video.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you back this
I'm
up
gonna
after
need.
the
We're
pod.
gonna have to do a live test.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
okay.
gonna need you to back this up
Okay,
after the pod for sure.
I'll back it up. I'll back it up.
If
for
you
guys.
do, like, props to you, man. That's insane. Don't switch to Sony because you're gonna get 12,800, and that's gonna be your cap.
Well, so the thing is, if I switched to Sony, it would be more of a studio
Like, yeah.
thing. So like that's why I'm moving to the R5C is the R6 is still going to be my daily content creation camera. The R5C is for podcasting.
And 45 megapixels.
Studios.
Doesn't the R5C still have a record time limit of 30 minutes?
No, it doesn't.
No, it's infinite. It has active
Thank
it has
God.
active cooling.
As long as it doesn't actually overheat.
You know
Well,
what
it-
else
no,
has
it has
active cooling?
It has active fan cooling.
So does the FX3.
Yeah, so does your mom. Like, who cares? But I don't know. It's just nice. Plus, I want to go from the 26 megapixel photos to 45 megapixel because I want that for printing purposes.
What has 45?
The R5C?
Really?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. The regular R5 had. Wait,
The regular
the
R5.
R5C takes photos?
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
takes
even know
That's
that.
the
banger
whole
photos.
point of the R5C.
I didn't even know that. That's actually wild.
So,
Okay.
and it's also only $3,000.
That boy eats batteries.
Yes, it does. And it also shoots 8K RAW.
That's pretty dope.
So, like, you see.
But also, who needs 8K?
Well, so we might eventually because
For what?
so I shoot a lot of recap content that has to be cropped like insanely often because we have so many different video walls that it plays on, and then so many like it goes to Instagram, it goes to website, like so many times. So then I would get gold mount or V mount or whatever and put a cine back on it, and then a monitor, and you're good.
That does make sense.
So that's my use case for it, and then you also can take that apart and go out and have a great photo day.
But you're at a fork in the road right now.
I am at a fork in the
This
road.
is your fork.
But here's the
Do you
thing.
continue buying the same ecosystem?
Yes.
Or do you switch now before it's too
I'm
late?
so happy with my Canon life. Minus us looking like salmon. But that's a me problem.
It's just a coloring problem. We'll fix it.
Yeah. Maybe with the LUTs we can try. But
yeah,
the,
with the Sony LUTs, I'm gonna send you. Go ahead. and
well,
try that.
no. But don't you have the Canon ones? You have a conversion LUT, right?
Oh, I mean, I've got conversion LUTs, but you're also talking to the guy who switched because he couldn't figure out color grading with his conversion LUTs.
Yeah. Well, dude, did you see the grade that I sent in the group chat today?
Mm-mm.
No.
You didn't see that?
Which one?
No.
I sent like
Oh, and you cut out all of the red?
I didn't cut it all.
Also, I don't touch that tab. I'm
Dude,
not gonna lie.
do you ever get someone who never sends you TikToks? They send you their first TikTok and it's like you're a best friend now. Like that's the feeling that I just experienced.
With me?
No, my friend's
Oh, I was like, I didn't send you a TikTok.
my friend's husband just sent me a TikTok. And like we're only really friends because he married my fiance's one of her best friends.
Yeah.
But now I feel like we're actually friends because he just sent me a TikTok.
Wow, that is.
I don't know.
That
You
was
are-
so relevant to this podcast.
Okay,
too.
shut up. Also, look at this Jankville setup we did today. That was crazy. What did I said? I said super weird, but this is a good grade. Look at this.
Dude, see, I only use the S curves when I grade, which
See,
is probably horrible.
I
as
don't
well, but
touch any of that, including S curves.
This is like super important.
you just touching like
You know what you need to learn
the
is
shadows
Luma
and
versus
edges,
Sat.
I mean, I know what it does. I just have no use for it.
Bro, yes you do. Yes,
Do
you
I?
do. So go 2 dots in, point. 2 dots in on the other side, point. Then drag. it will cut the saturation out of your blacks and your whites, your pure blacks and pure whites. It is the most beautiful thing ever. Because your pure blacks that have noise in them, now it doesn't have noise because it cut the saturation
You're
on it.
giving me color grading advice, but you'll have a salmon podcast.
Yeah, we know.
So that's what scares me.
Well, the issue is the lighting.
Yikes.
We're
Yeah.
consistently
Well, this
running
last
into
one,
lighting
though.
problems. Because last time I also need a monitor. Because I'm shooting
You guys need
I'm
to
shooting
shoot with just natural light more often and use.
We
you-
film
and
at
just-
night. so
We
yeah.
used to, but we can't anymore because Luke's job.
It's valid.
Because he gets off so
You guys
late.
need to get an 8x that you can travel with,
Yeah.
and then just bring it real close, and it's just gonna this right here even this is so much softer than a lot of your podcasts because we're using a massive wall.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the wall is like cream tannish colored, so then we had to adjust. Everything looks super warm.
But that's fine.
Even at 5100, it was super warm.
But we're in the huge codec.
Which is fine because we just adjust the white balance.
Also,
and-
this is only 10-bit color. The R5C is it does 8K raw and 12-bit color. So these are
pretty
all
impressive.
the technical specs that are
I wonder what the raw setting on here. I've never shot raw.
you should definitely start shooting raw.
I've never touched. What is? How do you color grade raw?
Yeah, what is the difference between raw?
Are there
and raw and
LUTs?
sea
Bro,
raw?
are you kidding me? Raw you can literally do anything with. It's the same as photo raw basically, where you can change everything. It's so nice. The files are huge.
Yeah,
So
see, that's
you
what I'm trying to get away from.
buy another G-Raid. But other than that,
I hate G-Raid.
do you want to know my setup? It's
G-Raid screwed me up.
No way! I just bought one to save me from dying.
Here's the problem.
I buy individual hard drives and put them into a bay.
I do the same thing, just not G-Raid.
Not G-Raid, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even run RAID. I just triple back
Did you just
up.
get a
I
G-Raid?
just got
Let
one.
me tell you what happened to me.
But his company
It's sitting
bought
out
it for
here.
him.
Yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
But I had to buy new hard drives because it screwed over my hard drives, and I can't boot them up. Once you format it to the G-Raid box,
Oh, no.
you can't put them in anything else and read it with anything else.
That's evil.
You have to put it in the G-Raid box. Also, I cannot find a place, and maybe the internet's going to roast me for this because it's a me problem. They give you the little sliders,
Yeah.
you slide it in.
Yes.
If you want to replace that hard drive or read a new hard drive, you have to unscrew that hard drive from the little slider plastic thingy,
Yes.
and then put the new hard drive in there, screw in that little plastic thingy, and then slide it in. You can't go online and just buy the little plastic thingies
Right.
to put it on every hard drive so that you can just pop out, grab this one, pop in.
So this is what I do is I buy a SATA to USB-C dock, and it's 4 bay or 2 bay or 3 bay or
Yeah.
even 1 bay, and then I just pop in all my drives and plug them into a USB-C 10 gigabit per second dongle.
I do the same thing.
That's the best.
That's why I'm trying to say G-Raid friggin' sucks.
yeah.
Because
I just mentioned G-Raid because I saw you had one laying on your hardwood
100%.
floor.
And I just had to go through this whole process where I pulled out all the hard drives. They are now all emptied because I had to take everything off of it and put it on brand new hard drives.
I truly think the only time you should be using a branded, a name brand docking station or NAS like Synology or anything is when you're working on a real-time edit with 4 or 5 editors. That's the only time. Because then you
if you just have the money to keep buying G-Raid.
but you just said G-Raid screwed you over.
Well, it screwed me over because I didn't have the money to just keep buying G-Raid drives. Because
That's a
if
good
you
point.
can
so
buy
it didn't ruin your data. It
no.
just,
Well, I think it was user error, but yes, because I tried to read it. No, but it was really inconvenient because the whole point of having a G-Raid system is that if one of the hard drives fails, you can read the other one.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, this was not working, and it was probably a user error. I just gonna assume that
do
it was.
you know which RAID you were in? RAID 1, 2, or 3?
I thought one.
Then that's bad.
Wait, I was in whichever one was I would drop it into one hard drive and it would immediately copy it to the other one.
I think
Yeah.
that's RAID 2.
That's what I have mine.
So then RAID 2.
Okay.
I was on that because I wanted a hard drive, 2 hard drives for every file.
Right.
So I'm double copying. And the whole point is if one fails, whatever. So what would happen is I would have one out and it'd be stored or something like that.
Right.
And then I would only pop one in. And then it would boot up, start booting up, and it'd be failed.
That's user error.
Why is that?
Because you need to leave the double copy in. Because it needs to know oh, I have 2 copies done.
Right, but what happens if one of them on the top fails? And then there's not one
it
being able
tells
to
the
read?
computer that. But you can't just take stuff out.
Well, what if I lose my hard drive?
Why are you taking the hard drive out of the G-RAID in the first place?
So I can put in new hard drives and store them somewhere else.
So then you take out the 2. You take out.
But what if while they're in storage, I lose one of the, like what if I have 2 hard drives from 2016, I lose one of them because in transit or whatever I'm moving.
I didn't even think about that.
And then I got to pop. Oh, I only have one left to pop it in there. Now that did kind of happen. Now I can't read it. So what did I do? I bought a toaster on Amazon so that I could go read it. But no, it's formatted to G-RAID, so I can't read anything. Read it with
That
anything
is
except for
actually
G-RAID.
So that's why you
horrible.
do the toasters.
Right, and I do the toasters now. I get Iron Wolf hard drives, Iron Wolf Pro,
yeah,
20
terabyte, yeah.
Yes.
And you triple back. I triple back everything
That's
onto
absurd.
those. But I only triple back
But I
the
respect
important
it because
stuff.
like
Yeah. I also have like 40 terabytes of free space. So like I'm chilling. That's why I told you to shoot on the mega codec. Because like we're not really worried about storage.
Yeah.
Also, storage only gets cheaper every day. That is the one thing about storage.
it's getting cheaper, but also I look at all the stuff that I've shot and over the past year filling up that 20 terabyte drive.
I make about 1.5 terabytes a month. It's brutal.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
filled 20 terabytes in 8 months.
Then,
But guess what? I'm shooting on the big codec. So this year, as soon as I bought the new one, I was like, all right, not shooting on that big one anymore. Like we're done.
So if you shoot raw, you're toast.
That's why I don't shoot raw.
Yeah.
Also, it's out of my pay grade, literally.
Well, when you start shooting big projects, like does Sticks shoot raw with your camera?
We shoot in
In-
XAVCI
The interlaced?
S-Log 3.
Do you know what the other codec stands for? What's it called?
XAVCL. There's also XAVCS on the FX3.
Okay. I need to learn these.
I just call it
Yeah.
XAVC Indigo, XAVC Lacey, and XAVC Sergey.
Sergey.
I just made up all 3 of those names, but you believed me.
I did believe you because I was like, this guy's already ADHD enough. He's got to have some whack system for filing stuff. But okay,
Sergey.
let's get into some real content. Because one thing that we didn't get to cover, 2 things.
It's kind of like it is your real content. It's like
We
all the
got
stuff about like the people that I've shot with.
Well, no. We're talking gear now. So
Oh.
we don't really care about MrBeast and stuff. I'm just kidding.
Well, I know like that's just your reels.
Right. So the reels that I actually want to talk about
Is
are
your gear for your like
The-
gearhead audience.
the Insta 360
X5.
I
Bro.
bought the X.
He
Just
bought
like
the X4 like an
3
idiot.
months ago.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
so dumb.
Okay, so back on the topic.
Did
if
you watch Casey Neistat's new video?
I did today, yeah.
Legendary.
Okay, so listen to this. Listen to this, dude. This is great. So, like I said earlier, when I was in high school, I bought the SL1 for a project,
right.
and
Goat video camera.
I was just gonna take it back. Like
Right.
I ended up keeping it because I was like, wait, I actually love
It's
this.
nostalgic.
And now I have it as a prop. It's pretty awesome. But I do the exact same thing now. I have a membership at Best Buy, and please, I do not want this. I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but I don't want this to get banned or like
Patched.
yeah, I don't want this to get patched. I do not want this to get patched at all. I pay like $250 a year for a membership at Best Buy. It's called a Total Tech membership. It's pretty phenomenal. And what this allows you to do is buy anything you want
Ain't no way.
with a 60-day return policy.
That's what I do at REI,
So
bro.
for
They have a year-long
REI?
policy. Bro, REI has a $30 lifetime membership.
no,
you
but
pay
Best
30
Buy is different. REI is like some Crocs or something.
No, it's not. REI, they have $500 tents and stuff. Yeah, and REI,
Okay, but who's buying tents? Okay, you're a hiker though. That makes
$30
sense.
one time.
Dude, I'm buying like $2,500.
You can return
worth
stuff
of
for
Insta 360s.
You can return stuff for a year.
Okay, I
no
love
questions
that.
asked.
I actually love that.
No questions
That's
asked.
amazing.
If you break something, doesn't matter. Return it.
Have you experienced that?
Yes.
Firsthand,
One-
you've
dude,
broken something and
yes.
returned it.
I literally did it. I bought a cup.
This guy's a Christian.
It was product failure.
Low key, have done the same thing.
But here's the thing. So, okay, one of my friends, he might not be a Christian. He would buy
Oh.
he would buy climbing shoes and use them and then return them after like a year.
Here's the thing, though. Like, it's in the policy, and they
Right.
ask you,
Right.
like, did you open these? Did you use these? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, we'll take them back. So, like, I'm not doing
Right.
anything.
So did you get
sketch.
the X5?
I'm going to.
Bro, it's so nice.
Because what I do, so for all my YouTube shoots that I do, because I'm a one-man band and I haven't found anybody to wants to film anything, I got 5 Insta360s,
Uh-uh.
loads of batteries, loads of clamps, clamped them in the car that I was like basically destroying a car.
Yeah.
And like doing all these different angles, tripods outside, like literally a circle around
You
the
360'd
car.
the 360 cams?
Yes. All time coded. And I'm just filming all by myself.
It can do time code?
It can do time code. Yes. Welcome to the awesome world of
Wait,
Insta360.
can it time code sync with Road Pros? Because that, bro, I will literally start
Maybe.
vlogging today Insta360 X5 with the Road Pros because the new audio on the Insta360 X5 is actually pretty decent for a scratch audio that you can sync to.
I think you should be able to. If you have the right cord, you just pop it in there and then
Yeah.
go. But dude, I do that. I film like multiple videos over the course of like a month or longer because it's 60 days. Pack them all back, keep the packaging, try not to like
dare I
beat 'em
say
up
2
too
months.
much.
Yeah.
Take them back and I get a full refund as if nothing ever happened, and then I just do it again. Like,
but
less
where's
than a
that
month
video
later.
though?
It's still being edited.
Okay, there's our answer.
Because
Because I was like, you're talking about all this content, and I'm like, man, this guy's awesome.
well, it's still being edited because I haven't found anybody to like help me film the last bit that I can't do by myself.
So like, what is your goal then? 'Cause you said you wanted to be a kids channel, right?
I mean, kids channel
Like, but what does that mean?
that just means like I want to do the same YouTube channel. Like I just want to blow things up and have a good time with the boys and not
Like-
cuss and try to like
Yeah.
manipulate them by putting half naked women in thumbnails
Yeah.
and sexualizing my sister like a lot.
Brent Rivera, who said that?
Different things that YouTubers do. Like I grew up on YouTube watching YouTube, and that's all I'd ever do. I don't watch TV shows. I don't watch movies. You ask me about any movie, I will not know. A
Except
director, I will not know.
Killer Bean in the Lego Batman
That's
movie.
true.
But I
That's
will
true.
say though, I feel like because like our generation, like we grew up with like the Pauls growing up, and like Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, and I feel like
incredible YouTubers.
I mean, like maybe like I'm just not aware of it, but like I feel like we haven't had like Eric, I guess, is the exception to the rule, but kind of crucial. We haven't had like those kind of YouTubers, like new ones, if that makes sense.
What do you
we
mean?
have though.
Bro,
It's
what?
just, it's just you're not on that niche because
Really?
you're not a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not watching it. You're not clicking on those thumbnails. You're not watching like hidden room content and like
Bro, you know
people
who's
filling their rooms with packing peanuts for fun.
You know
and,
who's
like, stuff like
hilarious
that
is the
anymore.
guy who made like the videos where it's like going to McDonald's at 3 a.m. and he's like, the imposter is among us.
What was that?
No, you don't know.
Oh,
that? Yeah,
I saw
you-
that on Reels.
Bro,
that wasn't
that
like
guy
long
is
form.
literally hilarious. In
I
high
do
school,
remember
we used to like turn those on at sleepovers. It was so funny because his.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
about now.
Do you know
Yes.
his name?
No,
Oh.
I don't. I never actually watched them. I just like would watch them when my friends would send them to me.
Exactly.
But no, dude, like there's like a whole like niche of content that's like marketed towards kids because like 11 and 16-year-olds is like the largest like audience on YouTube.
Right.
So of course that's gonna be where your like most of your views come from, unless you're like some random like fishing or hunting channel or like sewing.
I love
Like-
hunting and or camping channels, bro. Outdoor
Dude,
boys.
that's your niche, and it is a small one.
Dude, what?
Dude, my YouTube algorithm is literally just
His is
police
all
body cam
politics.
videos, just like full reports.
That's insane. Like those people that just like narrate stories.
Yes,
and,
yes,
like, make
and
them
they're
like
oh
really
my God.
May
cinematic.
4th of 19
And
whatever.
it's all
happened.
just like footage, like over
Yes.
the like whatever. It's like putting. That's so much editing work.
Oh my
love
gosh.
watching
but
it.
It's
honestly,
all
I
A-
watch those too.
It's all
Yeah.
AI
Fire.
now. That's what I put on when I go to bed. Is
Yeah.
like the like conspiracy theories with the footage overlaid on it, and you're like, okay, all right. Another thing where you got, am I crazy,
dude. You fall asleep to that?
Yes.
I fell asleep. You trying to describe it to me,
I fall asleep to like 9/11 conspiracy theory videos.
bro. Don't even get me on that. Okay, wait. You
What
said
you know about Tower
you,
7?
you said we don't get political, so I can't start.
Well,
this.
we can get political
It's
about
not really
conspiracy
yeah,
theories.
that's not really political.
That's in the past. We weren't even alive, dude.
So you're saying we can crack this open right now?
Yes.
oh yeah.
I think it was an inside job.
I do too.
Like 1,000,000,000%. What about you?
Just to get us some. I mean, I'm not that educated on it. I don't really have an opinion.
The way
just
that
seeing the way
tower
it
fell.
The liquid, the molten steel
The molten
is what
steel.
gets me.
Yes, 100%. Jet fuel doesn't burn that hot. And
Yeah.
also, it was like
It was dripping off the building.
it was like a slash, dude. It was like
Yeah.
a diagonal slash through those
Yeah.
things. That does not like. I'm not.
What
case in
makes me
point.
laugh is like the amount of money that went missing is very sus. And just knowing
Yeah.
everything else the CIA has done is devious. Like so bad.
Do you know what else?
Do you know about the Montauk Project? That is a good one. That's
no,
what
I've never even heard of it.
Severance and Stranger Things are based off of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know about MK Ultra?
Oh, that's like the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've never heard of it, but I've heard of MK Ultra.
It's not. It's like very similar.
Did
They
we,
like basically.
did we or did we not land on the moon?
No, we
Well, I don't think we did. I'm a big Stanley Kubrick fan.
No, we definitely did. The amount of edit, like, especially from a videography perspective, the amount of editing that would have to go into that with the technology that was available at the time, like, there ain't no way they faked that.
Bro, but Stanley Kubrick though. Have you seen 2001: A Space Odyssey?
No.
Bro put that together in like 1963. It came out. Dude is such a genius that he made that thing look so good.
No, but have you seen like Neil deGrasse Tyson like explaining like the way that
Dude,
gravity
screw
works
that
on the
guy.
moon?
I hate Neil deGrasse
Bro,
Tyson.
are you kidding
He
me?
has such a stick up his
I
butt.
don't like him either, but like the way he explained the physics of the moon, I was like, Loki, like, there
Why
ain't
were
no
you
way they
so
faked that.
aggressive with
Because
that?
I had a math teacher who reminded me of Neil deGrasse Tyson, but she was a woman. Imagine
A math
that.
teacher.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes.
The universe is actually infinite, and it's constantly growing every time.
Yeah. All right.
I don't like that guy.
Whatever. We need to get back into camera talk.
Yeah.
We're gonna lose everybody.
Anyway,
Dude, as if we haven't already lost
Yeah,
everybody.
we're
wait, well, I mean, to wrap it to
the
bring it.
Insta360 X5 though. That like
I forgot that's what we were even. That's crazy. But
no,
that's
wait, but there
insane.
no, but also like the Hasselblads that are still on the moon. So like we have to land
Womp
there.
womp.
You
Stanley
can literally
Kubrick-
still see
Stanley
them.
Kubrick put
Hasselblad's
them
on
there.
the moon.
Bro,
You can see them on the satellite.
Stanley
still.
Kubrick was literally like
How did we
murdered
not
by
land on
the
the moon
CIA.
when you could literally get a telescope pointed at the moon and literally see the American flag on the moon?
You know what else you can see?
You can do that right now in your backyard.
Painted.
No.
Yeah, it's cheese. The moon's actually cheese.
It's AI. It's an
Everything's
AI American flag. A bunch of mirrors
the other
pointing
thing,
back to an American
It's
flag.
just satellite just there just to look like it.
you had a hot opinion about this, which is funny because it's a Sony lens. The new 50 to 135 that came out, or 150, 50 to 150.
50 to 150. That is a waste of money.
Why?
Okay, it's not a waste of money.
No optic stabilization.
Huh. I don't know if the Tamron lens, the 35 to
150.
I don't know if that has stabilization.
So I don't know if it does. I don't think it does.
It just depends. If you have the money for it, why not? But also,
It's mad expensive.
I would never shoot on something that is going to give me minimum of 50 millimeter unless I'm reaching up to 200 millimeter. That's just too big of a compromise.
That's fair. I think
that's-
it's a wedding photographer's dream, personally.
But why would a 35 to 150 not be the wedding videographer / photographer's dream?
The variable aperture.
They're the same.
No.
Yes.
F2?
It's 2 to 2.8 on the Tamron.
Yeah. And then F2 all the way through.
Oh.
That's the key
That
difference.
does kind of sound like a dream. But 0.8, really? It's
That's
that
a
big
whole.
of a difference?
That's a whole.
That's two stops.
Two stops of light.
Just use AI and put some magical little bokeh bubbles back there, man. Come on.
Whatever. So, are you a fan of AI? Because
I mean-
we only use it for description writing and tagging.
I'm not a huge fan of AI, but I do have to use it,
Okay.
Yeah.
especially for audio. It's
That
insane.
was- it's
What
a
do you
game
use?
changer.
Adobe
dude.
Podcast.
No, dude. I use. Have you ever heard of Crumple Pop?
No.
You boys ever heard of Crumple Pop?
Enlighten us on the crumple pop.
Boys, you ain't ever heard of Crumple Pop? You got some crazy effects in
Please,
that.
is
John.
it free?
No, dude. It's $30 a month.
Where
You almost just ate that microphone.
Where are you getting all this money, dude?
Videographer. I'm a
You don't have like any savings though.
videographer. Yeah, I have savings. What the heck? What do you mean?
It doesn't feel like it. The amount of gear and stuff that you buy, I'm like, how is this man?
I mean,
live?
I've been out of college since end of 2022.
Oh yeah, I guess I did work in Mexico, so that kind of makes sense.
It's valid.
Yeah.
I mean, I also like a little skipped detail is I used to dress up in a suit and I'd go door to door to just like any business I could find in Waco.
This is kind of crazy.
And I would just like hand out like these business cards that I got off Amazon and be like, yeah, I'm owner of a small production company based here in Waco, Texas. We're local business just like you guys. Would love some support. Love to know that you guys exist. You know that I exist. If you're willing to do any work with me, I would love to partner with you. Just like random spiels that I would just like write and like try to memorize so I'm not stumbling over my, because dude, I'm like shaking when I'm trying to talk to these people. Yeah, I mean, that's how I got my start.
Yeah, I mean that's like what it takes, honestly.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we don't have a huge budget. I'm like, well, basically I have to prove to them that my work is
worth.
going to be
Yeah.
worth it. And that's how I got my first retainer. It was like
That's
it was like a
basically-
$700 a month retainer. It wasn't it was a retainer. It was
Yeah.
just they consistently hired me every single month for like
Right.
almost a year.
And what company was that? Like a
It was
church?
Republic Gun Club in Waco, Texas. Shout out
Okay.
Republic Gun Club. Thank you guys.
Send us some guns. Let's
I
go.
walked in and I talked to the owner, Mr. Terry Flick, and was just like, "This is what I do." And he was like, "So you're based in Waco?" And I was like, "I am based in Waco." And he was like, "Well, we like supporting local businesses here in Waco. We've been here for a little while. Like, we'd love to have you come out and shoot, and we'll pay you our budget for marketing for the month. And if you do all of our stuff, then we'd love to do it." I would make a quick recap video of like events,
Yeah.
take some photos with like team members and stuff like that, and like doing different stuff. It's like a gun range. That's
So
what
you
it is.
did take photos.
I did. I
Come
had to.
on.
Yeah, I was still on Canon.
Wow.
and
No wonder
yeah.
you could take photos.
that it couldn't take video. And I was just grinding, trying to like. It's not the content that I wanted to shoot, but it was like at that point it was just like survival. Like,
Right.
just trying to
Survival of the not fittest. The
survival
grinders.
of the lamest.
True. Okay, I do have a couple questions as we wrap up. These are like my.
Who says we're wrapping up? We're gonna hit 4 hours.
We can hit.
Just
We're
go
at
full
1:35.
Joe
We
Rogan
can
on
hit. We can do whatever we want. So what time is it actually though? 9:40.
We have an hour drive.
We gotta get home. So,
Yeah, I gotta get home.
gotta get home to the wife and kids. You know. So, if you were to give advice to someone who wanted to be in the position that you are in now, what advice would you give them?
Always be willing to work for free, depending on what the opportunity is. Know your worth, but also know that experience is all the time worth so much more than a dollar amount, depending on where that could lead you. Sometimes, like, I heard like all these courses that I always had that was like, oh, it starts off as like free to fee. It's like that's the whole term back in the day. It was free to fee. You do something for free and you turn it into a fee eventually, and then you start getting paid for it. Same thing of like, if you want to be paid for a certain type of work, go and shoot that type of work first. Like, you have to
Yes.
prove to them that you can do it before you can just ask for money for it.
Right.
So my whole thing is like YouTube. I had never done YouTube before, and I
Mhm.
wanted so badly to do YouTube, but I was too scared to just randomly start it on my own channel because I wanted to learn it first. And so then everywhere I went, it was like, let me shoot your video for free. Like, yeah, I'm a videographer, so yes, I can shoot YouTube videos, but I had never shot YouTube because they would always ask, have you shot any YouTube videos before? Send me your portfolio. I don't have any YouTube videos on my portfolio. I have
Right.
like random corporate stuff. They're not looking for that. But I would just tell them, like, I'm a videographer. I can shoot YouTube videos, and I'll prove it. I can shoot this for free, and I can show you, and then you can hire me. They're like, sure, let's do it. Why not? You seem like a cool guy. And so number one is never be afraid to shoot something for free. And number two is just be a good hang. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be like
All
the
about
king
vibes.
of what you do.
We talked about this yesterday. All
Yes.
about personality.
You have to be fun to work with and make somebody like make them feel better when they work with you. Like, prioritize the person.
Yes.
Well, yes, you're still like creating good content or whatever, but at the end of the day, just have good character, have integrity, and be somebody that they're willing to hire again, because I guarantee you 10 times out of 10, and I was told this when moving to LA, all this stuff, I didn't believe it, but then I did it and it worked. I'm not the best, but I still get called back because I have good character, I have integrity, and I prioritize serving the person that hired me versus anything else, versus having an ego and being like, I'm the best shooter ever, because I'm not, and I never will be. That's not the goal.
Not at all.
And so they will hire me over the super talented director, camera operator, videographer, whatever, just because they don't have a good attitude on set,
Right.
and I have a better attitude than them on set.
Yeah.
I'm more enjoyable to be around, not in like a prideful way.
Right,
It's
it's
just like it's what I strive to do.
Yes.
So shoot for free when it makes sense and be a good hang.
Sweet. And then, like, for the kid at home who is wanting to, let's do the kid at home who's wanting to make YouTube videos, and they say like, oh yeah, I want to make YouTube videos, but they're not doing it.
If you want to do the thing, do the thing.
Yeah.
If you want to make YouTube videos, you have to make YouTube videos.
How do you climb that cringe
I'm
mountain?
not making YouTube videos right now, by the way.
Right. So you're preaching to yourself.
I'm 100% preaching to myself. It's like I'm preaching to everybody in the camera film industry. Like we all experience the same thing of like we want to go like we want to write short films. We want to film short films. If you want to write and film short films, you have to write and film short films.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. It has to be terrible at first. I had to accept when I moved to LA that all of my work for a period of time, it was going to suck.
Yes.
It was going to look bad. I was going to grade things wrong. I was going to edit things poorly and do sound design terribly. But all of those failures were going to get me to the point where I can actually look at a piece of work or a project that I made and be like, oh, wow, I actually really like this.
Yeah.
I'm actually willing to put this on a website and send somebody a link to go see this. That has never happened before.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was a crazy feeling when I finally got to that point. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
That's all right.
What was the question?
But anyways, just be awesome.
Basically.
Okay,
Just be the best.
I do have another thing.
No, wait. What was your question? I feel
question-
like there was a bow I was going to.
My
and then
question
my
was
ADHD.
for people who aren't actually doing what they say they want to do.
Yeah, it's what I said. Just if you want to do the thing, do the thing. It doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to be awesome. Like you're going to experience trial by fire in the industry that you're in.
That's facts.
Which is just like learning by failing and learning by messing up. Like experience is the best teacher. That's why I'm saying if you're new, go shoot for free because you don't have to be paid at the beginning. You're getting paid with experience because guess what? It's either I had to look at it in the way when I was first starting out where I could either try to get more money for this project and risking them saying no and not working with them.
Right.
But then the other alternative was, okay, I'm shooting that project on Tuesday. I could take it for $150. Or the other alternative is if they say no, I'm not doing anything on Tuesday.
Right.
I'm sitting at home in my apartment, probably emailing more people to look for more jobs.
And now with
why would I not go do that?
and now with no money as well.
Exactly, with no $150. So it's either I get $150 on Tuesday and get to do something I enjoy doing, or I want more money because I'm trying to price myself too high, and then boom, I don't have a gig anymore, and it's gone. And then I have no experience and no money.
Yeah.
No money. None.
Yeah.
So
back to the gear talk. We talked about this joke that you have now that your FX6 is the best sound recorder. Tell us how you came to that conclusion and how it's working out now.
I came to that conclusion because I shot for sticks, and I've converted 3 people to this ideology. It's incredible.
And
All of the you know what? I'm doing this. Switch to the in-camera audio right now.
Okay.
And you're going to be able to see how insanely awesome this audio is. Just from a boom mic on the camera.
in an untreated room.
In an untreated room, like, don't get me wrong, like, this one probably sounds a little off because we are in, like, a terrible environment.
Please tell me you set the
But-
game well.
It's auto. It is on auto, and it's going to sound incredible. And I can scream, ah! I bet those bad boys peaked.
No, we can't peek.
Even though it's 32-bit float, I bet it peaked somehow. And this one did. This one's going to sound amazing. This one's going to sound incredible. Anyway, case in point, I'll find out in post.
We'll find out in post because we're editing this. My headphones are gonna fall.
I already
off
know
my
that
head.
you're gonna freeze frame that and you're gonna send that to me. That clip of me mouth wide open to the
I can do
camera.
that for you. That can be the
That one's a
that
reel
can be
right
the
there,
thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because we go through and find our thumbnails and like edit them all. And
Dude, there's gonna be so many thumbnails from this.
okay,
That's
cool.
crazy.
So where do we go from here? What's next?
go?
What's next on the docket for the 3 of us now that we're actively shooting content together?
Let's do it this way. Let's do what's next on the docket for you. Like what personal projects or gigs you got coming up? What do I have coming up? What do you have coming up? And then
Easy.
collectively, what do we want to do, all 3 of us, in the
Yeah.
future?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you start.
Dude, okay. I mean, I always have concerts. I have to check which concerts are
Which
coming
is
up
sick.
for me.
I would love.
He's skipping Judah in the line right now
Dude,
to be here.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was gonna roast you for that. You're an idiot,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Why are you here? You're sitting on my couch in Lavon, Texas. Why?
I honestly, I will say it's because like putting effort into like what's
Go ahead and just give him a
more
little list
important.
of who all you've shot for.
Was that paid?
No,
No,
that was
no,
not
no.
paid.
Okay, that's valid.
Yeah.
None of the
That-
concert
that's
stuff is
little-
ever really paid.
No,
mean,
but
it's paid
some
with
of mine is
experience.
sometimes.
Right.
Paid with experience.
But no, yeah. So, wait, what was the question?
Give him
How
a
do I do it? Get into
give
it?
him a tiny list of all the people you've shot for.
like Luke, Bryan, Claro, James Arthur,
Renee Rapp.
There's too many.
Yeah, countless. Cigarettes.
I know one of those people.
Oh,
Luke Bryan.
you're a country
If you
man?
want to go country, I can do like Luke Bryan.
I don't know like
Did you
movies,
shoot
films,
Thomas
and
Rhett,
stuff.
Co Wetzel, Lainey Wilson, Jelly Roll.
Okay, I know all. That's actually insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But no,
In
but
Dallas, Austin.
Ed Sheeran.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Most of them in Dallas, some in Nashville, some in Oregon.
Oregon. I didn't know you shot in Oregon.
I did that one festival up there. What's it called? I don't remember. But yeah, that's where I was gonna get camp, but I had to leave a day early. Camp's like at the top of my.
Is it
Oh, yeah.
Woodstock? Is that what it's called?
No, it's
What is Woodstock? Why
I'll-
did that come to my mind?
California or something.
That's Burning Man.
Woodstock is
dude.
insane, dude.
I don't know. Do y'all like John Bellion?
Yeah.
I freaking
Okay,
love
he's
John Bellion,
he's
dude.
like my. If I could shoot for one person in the world, it
You
would
follow
be
his
John
Instagram?
Bellion. Yes,
yeah.
his hidden Instagram.
unreal.
It's
Wait,
so
I
sick.
don't follow
but
that.
his
Loser.
album, his album's dropping in like it's like 2 days before my honeymoon, and
That's gonna be a banger
I'm
honeymoon.
so excited, bro. It's been on, but he's at the top of my list,
Get out of here.
and I'm hoping he goes on tour with his album. I don't know
Right.
if he will, but
John Bellion, if you're seeing this, we love you.
please,
Love you, John.
please, bro. Like, hey,
Johnny
we would
boy.
love to. Anytime you need anything, like, we'll all be there, like
Yeah,
for free.
we will work
so.
for free.
I don't know about that one, boys.
I'll switch to
For
Sony.
John
if John
Bellion,
Bellion
I would
hires us,
dude, I would fly for free.
I'll switch to Sony for John Bellion
100%.
if that's what it takes.
That's like, anyways. But any projects that are coming up, dude. So I'm building my own studio as well in my new
Yeah.
apartment.
You got an extra room just for.
I've got a
studio.
2-bedroom just so I could have a
That
studio.
is sick.
But now that I saw your setup, I'm like, it's good ideas. So we'll see how that comes up. That'll be
When
like
are
2
you
His
weeks.
setup?
finishing it?
I'm start setting up in 2 weeks, and then like in a month, like so June 8th, it should be done.
Which setup? His or mine?
His.
Oh, I was about to say I don't have a setup.
No, I'm saying after he showed us his, I was like,
Right.
actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
But yeah, also, but you had a keyboard in your setup. Do you play music?
Mm-hmm. A self-taught piano.
He loves music. He
I
plays
play
so
guitar,
much.
Really?
piano. I love it.
I can play by ear, and so that like allows me to play a lot of songs. But like I can't read music. I don't know a lot of notes. I'll just like tap around until I
So you
find
fi-
it.
yeah.
And then so it like takes me a little bit like to sit there for a long time and like figure songs out. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I can play this one song.
Nice.
So that's like the level that I play. I can't like you can't just like plop classical music in front of me and then start ripping. Like there's
Yeah.
no
Right.
way. But yeah.
That's it.
So
okay, we gotta get on our.
you've got projects in the future, concert stuff and stuff like that
Yeah.
coming up.
always
And
concerts.
then also just a podcast client.
And he's wrapping a wedding film. Yeah, we have so many podcast clients. It's actually absurd. That is what is funding our life right now, and it is beautiful.
That's pretty sick. I didn't even know there was a market for that.
Oh.
The market's insane because we're the only competition for in person. Everyone's online.
And what's nice is
Really?
you're charging businesses, which means you're pulling for the marketing budget, so it's like
Yes.
it's decent sizes.
And like their tax credit they get for buying gear is like totally fine. So it's pretty chill. Okay, what do you got coming up?
I have lots of NDA stuff.
Nice.
Boring.
I can say who it's with.
Okay.
I just can't say like
what? Yeah.
there's like 2 big creators that we're doing it with, and I can't say one of them, but I can say the biggest one.
Who? Mr.
One of
Beast?
them is MrBeast again.
Okay.
The other one's Logan Paul again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who could the third be?
That's what I'm guessing.
And then I can't say the other one.
It wouldn't be Dude Perfect because they don't really do NDA.
It's gonna be like Ronaldo or somebody.
Bro. That'd be insane.
I actually wouldn't even like be. I don't watch soccer or anything, so I wouldn't even be like freaking out about that. I was supposed to shoot Will Smith like 2 weeks ago.
That'd be crazy.
But I had to turn that down.
Dude, the YouTube replay rewind thing.
Get my
What?
wife's name.
Okay.
Oh gosh. That was, you already know that was a huge meme when I was asked to go
Yeah.
film him.
Yeah.
What else do I have? I've got like some corporate stuff.
Are
coming
is it
up.
like all in LA or in Dallas or?
This is all LA, yeah. I want to do a spec ad for a car commercial because
I saw a Kia Telluride the other day and I thought of you, but it had stickers on it. So,
Dang it!
yeah.
I'm trying to get a Kia Telluride to shoot a spec ad because I realized same concept. I would love to be hired to go direct and shoot some car commercials for different local dealerships.
Yeah.
Guess who doesn't have a car commercial on their portfolio? This guy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to shoot that project, make it really good to prove to the business that I can actually
Have
Why
you
on-
do
done?
it.
Have you like shot where you're like filming a car, like harnessed in, doing rolling shots.
Rollers?
No,
Marcus,
but I
we have a
just
guy.
got connected to a.
We have a
really?
rollers guy.
So
Yeah.
now we have 2 guys.
Yeah.
'Cause I just got connected to a dude who's got a harness, and I was like, "You got?" He's like, "Yeah, I used to shoot rollers." And I was like, "Can you bring it?" And he was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
That's sick.
So
That's on the bucket list.
yeah, I'm trying to like get that because I want to do like Texas is perfect. You've
I've
got
shot
downtown.
rollers. Yeah.
You can go east for the tall pine
the
trees.
tollways are amazing for
Oh yeah,
rollers.
because you're going up on the massive. Yeah,
and no one's on them.
that's true.
So
Especially closer to night.
yeah.
Yeah, so I want to do some spec stuff, just get more stuff in my portfolio, have some fun, meet some creatives here in the Dallas area. Because if I'm moving back in the next like 2 years or so, it actually might happen next month. We'll see. There's
Thank
some things in
goodness.
the works right now.
Finally.
I
say
don't want to,
finally, I
but
met you
we'll
a week
see.
ago.
We'll see what literally.
yeah.
We'll see what happens. But if I am doing that, like I want to start building up clientele here in this area, as well as just in general meeting creatives like you guys that like
Yeah.
exist. Like I didn't have that that's why I moved away, because I couldn't find that here and I didn't have it. And so, but that's pretty much it.
There you go. I have a bunch of camps coming up. I'm going to the UK.
That's sick.
So all that is like huge video recap and then some photo recap on top of that. So doing like beach camps, stuff like that, like on location, like city style camps, and doing just wrapped Easter stuff. That was insane. Dude, I
was doing church Easter
so-
stuff too. That's
so-
literally that's that recap video
yeah,
in there.
so
Exactly
much
what we're doing.
promo going on right now. Like, and I make reels literally every day, all day, and it's
Dang.
fun. And then lots of podcast clients. We're closing another one right now, which is lit. But hopefully it comes
I said
through.
I would get our business cards done like last week, and
Yeah,
it's
I
been
know.
so long. I need
And
to do
then I booked 2 weddings in the past week, so hopefully
Dang,
we'll get some more,
nice.
which is lit. And those both just plopped right into my lap, which
Yeah.
was like total
If
godsend.
you need a second shooter, I've
Dude,
got some
well,
Sony cameras.
I'm like calling around everyone, like seeing. Obviously, I won't have you because you shoot on the FX3, but
I mean, I'll show you the anamorphic footage I just got at this last wedding.
But Luke, I have anamorphics and Luke has a Canon, so
But
I'm
just
only
saying,
doing photos.
it was pitch black and it looked so good.
I'm
Because
doing
of
photo.
12,800. Oh,
I'm doing photo
then don't hire me. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've literally never been hired to take photos in my
because
life.
I thought about it. I was like,
Never
oh
been
well,
hired.
maybe I can bring Christian, but like no.
I was asked 6 times in 2024 if I would shoot photos, and like they asked me like to send me their rates and everything like that.
Yeah.
Straight up told them off the bat, was just like, I don't hire myself to do photos.
You're like, I
please
don't know
don't hire
how.
me. I'm like the worst. I will do it for free.
That's
Dude,
all I used to
hot
do
take,
for
This
weddings.
is just gonna be good for reels. So I'm gonna like straight as it would be good for real. But hot take, like if you're a wedding videographer, you don't need a second. Like only wedding photographers need a second.
actually
Absolutely
really
not
true.
true.
Dude, no. Okay.
Absolutely
Let me
not
let me
true.
make the case for it. So I just shot a wedding, and like the only part that I was kind of worried about not being able to capture the moments that I wanted was getting the groom's reaction while the bride was walking down the aisle.
Right.
So I took a tripod. I took the R6 Mark II with no record limit, and I put my 300 millimeter on it in the back, like dialed it in, focused it in on the groom's face so he'd stay in. So I got like 30 minutes of the groom the whole ceremony, but I only needed the one shot.
Right.
And then I just filmed everything else by hand.
Yes.
I don't need 2 angles of any other shot besides that, the entire ceremony. And then like the reception and stuff, who cares? You only need 1 angle of everything.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the market that you're in for the type of video. Though.
We're in like the decently low grade right now. So
Because I was gonna say, if you're shooting like
Bro,
documentary style,
okay.
and you've got like the groom who's like giving you like lines, and he's mic'd up all day talking about his
Yeah.
experience, like talking about his wife, and then she's doing the same thing, but you have to capture both because it's while they're getting ready and they're talking about
Yeah.
each other, and then
That's
See, but
fine.
I did. I just went back and forth.
Yeah.
I mic'd them up. I put the wireless pros on each of them.
It all
And
depends
I had
on
a
how
golf
much-
cart. And I
But
drove
what about
back and
B-roll
forth.
of like everything unfolding? And
But like you're there for 8 hours. I did all of that. So like basically, they wanted time to them. The bride and groom wanted time to themselves, where they don't have a camera on them. So during that, I went and I shot like all my drone stuff. I went and I got all of them, just like the tree swaying, like my shots I wanted of the chapel.
yeah.
People just I had like groomsmen
With the
come.
R6, you move so fast.
I got
what
like
about a
just
first look?
a
they
lot.
didn't
A
want
lot of
first
people
look.
don't do them.
Really?
Yeah.
because they
There's
want the
always
first reaction to be.
Wait,
the actual-
I'm in that boat. I'm in that boat.
I'm
But
doing a first touch. I'm not.
they
doing first
always do first looks when I'm on these weddings. Always.
I will say it was also really interesting because I've done like I've done video for 2 weddings now. I usually do photo.
Yeah.
And it's like always interesting whether it's gonna be the photographer or the videographer that takes lead.
Yeah. It should be the photographer.
Should always be the photographer.
Yeah.
So
I've never shot a wedding where it's the videographer. It's always
In fact,
the
when it is the
photographer.
videographer, get out of my face. You're a butthole. Yeah.
No, I agree.
No,
so
no,
when
no,
I'm
no.
the photographer,
When
the
it is the
one-
videographer, that just means the photographer
Stinks.
needs to step up.
Right.
No, I agree because like
Unless the videographer is just being,
No.
that way.
One time I shot with a male videographer, and he was a jerk, and we were flaming him the whole time.
Oh, wow. Normally it's the photographers that are really like just they gotta get their shot.
work with
They're mad at
nicer-
you.
Yeah.
But also I'm shooting in like Highland Park for like $100,000 wedding venues.
Right.
Like $150,000. That's what they're spending on these things. And
yeah.
these photographers they spend more money on photo than they do video.
So
normally.
how are you getting those clients?
Normally I second shoot for those.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
And so I just come in because I don't like editing.
that's I will say I
Just hire
second
Second
shot,
shooting is a
it's
dream,
so
dude.
nice.
Literally,
so
when I moved
nice.
to LA, it's like I'm only editing videos now whenever it's like if it's for a retainer
Right.
or if it's just content that I've shot and I just need to put it on my website so I can market myself.
Right.
I'm not actually like
Yeah.
creating a final product for somebody. I'm just hiring myself out for my day rate to hold a camera, go home, format the entire card, and never touch it.
Right.
Yeah.
And just I love it. It's
Yeah.
so great. But that doesn't happen all the time. Like I have to go and make my own like
Spec
like
stuff.
spec stuff or retainers that do pay well, and then I do have to edit for them. That's all fine because
Right.
I have full control of everything, and it's not going through like a terabyte of wedding footage. That's where it
Yeah.
takes so long.
That's
and
so easy
it's
for me.
grueling, dude. I have way too much ADHD to sit there and just like rot away in my chair.
I learned from these guys. When we were shooting Gather 25, they taught me. I was a select editor for all the recaps. So like literally 50 videographers all over the world were dumping their footage into my computer, and I was going through all of it for
You're
like
make me throw up.
36 hours. And no, actually, I was awake for 36 hours, but I was like editing for like 19. And I sat in that chair for 19 hours going through and selecting clips, and I am so fast at it now that it's not even funny.
That's
like,
insane.
But only in Premiere, not DaVinci. I haven't done it.
That's
in
fine.
DaVinci.
I'm in Premiere. Can I hire you out?
Yeah.
For
I
editing?
literally offered it to you
That's
at lunch.
true. You did do that.
I can literally,
you did
bro,
do that.
my turnaround times is what.
Do you do full projects like selects entire project?
I do
edit
everything.
start to finish.
Yes. I do sound design.
We're gonna be talking after this
Yeah.
pod.
Yeah. It is super late though, so we should probably go.
That's true.
We should wrap up. All right. Well, thanks, dude. If you've stuck with us this entire time,
They haven't.
Ain't no way.
no one is still watching this unless you fell asleep. We're at 2 hours.
Hey, just stay tuned for the next one. I haven't talked about MrBeast yet.
Dude, yeah, that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
have to go.
That's
I
gonna be
forgot. I
nuts.
didn't even explain that. Like I was on his couch in his house
Watching
Beast
Beast
games.
games.
Like all
Yeah.
the unreleased
He
episodes
watched
of
Beast games with
Oh, I didn't
Mr.
tell
Beast.
you that.
Yeah, I still this is my first time meeting him.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I was inside of his house on his couch next to the dude. Spent all day with him at the office and went back to his house and we watched all of the unreleased episodes. of
Luke
Beast games.
loves Beast games.
It was good.
It was insane.
The thing is, like, yeah,
That's a project I'm also not allowed to talk about.
Right.
I can-
Duh.
I mean, I can say.
but
we
you know what
did.
they shoot on? R5Cs.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They
No, they
did a whole
don't.
documentary about it.
When?
Bro, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
What are you
I
talking
know how
about?
long ago though.
I don't know.
You know how quickly their gear changes.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Yeah, I went
that
there.
was
They have a
billionaire.
fleet of FX6s, bro.
They have both.
Why would they
did
shoot
it-
on both?
I
For
don't know,
Canon and
but they do
Sony?
that.
Well, guess what? I didn't see a single Canon camera in their entire warehouse of. I was in it.
Okay.
I saw all of
Womp,
them.
womp, womp. The YouTube documentary that I watched.
YouTube documentary.
with what's his face? I know which one you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Colin and
yeah,
Samir.
Colin and Samir.
Wait, for Beast Games?
Yes.
Dude, they filmed with Aries.
Yeah, they did. I don't know what you're
What do
talking
you
about.
mean
I agree with
Canon?
him.
Bro, they have
They had
Canon.
a fleet of R's.
Colin and Samir use Canons.
No. Look, like
Also, I know Colin and Samir. They're pretty dope.
I bet they seem super nice.
podcast is way better than this one.
No, yeah, for
Have
real.
y'all seen John Ushai?
No.
Mm-mm.
Dang, that's kind of a hot topic. Is John Ushai better than Colin and Samir?
Well-
I personally, I advocate for. You're just gonna have to just bleep that and act like I said something because I didn't say anything.
Okay,
I'm not allowed to.
basically,
Oh, I think I do know who you're talking about. I think.
Oh, we actually.
He's like the interviewer guy.
I got
right?
to I got to meet the Stokes twins. Oh, Matt Rife. Got to shoot
I
Matt
hate that
Rife.
guy.
That's sick. He declined me. I was
Oof.
trying to do photos for a show. He said no.
okay, I can't find it, but basically for all the handheld cams, they had R5Cs rigged out with like the Nanlite bar on them. I'll send you the link to the video.
Yeah. It was definitely Ari.
Pretty sure it's an Ari Alexa.
They shot the entire thing on Alexa.
They literally talked about R5Cs so much in
Did
that
you not
video.
see Mr. Who's the Boss?
I don't know who that is.
That's his first failure in life.
Who's the Boss?
It's Mr. Who's the Boss.
I don't know.
He's a YouTuber. He does like tech stuff, and he did like the entire like behind the scenes tech of Beast games.
I want an Ari Alexa so bad.
It's not worth it.
Why?
No, I'm just playing. It is.
Oh, I was like, bro, are you
So
smoking
worth
crack? You have an FX6.
Dude, the low light is insane. The colors are insane.
Wait, the low light's good?
The low light is good. I mean, for what it is, for being like an on-set like
I didn't even-
$30,000 camera or
I didn't
higher,
even know that.
$80,000.
Yeah, they're
It's
80.
Great.
What? Have you shot on one?
I shot like I was shooting on FX6 next to one.
Oh. That's like the guy, bro, do you know about the Dune guy?
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
dude.
Oh, speaking of, I got to film a podcast with the Dune editor, the editor of Dune 2.
That's sick.
Yeah.
What?
I actually don't remember his name. Let me look him up real fast.
You were filming
so I can
you
name
were
drop
filming
him.
for the podcast or you were on the podcast?
I was filming for the podcast. I
That's
got to
kinda
sit
lit.
there and just like be next to the Dune.
Listen
the whole
to
time.
him.
Dune 2 editor. Oh, Dune 2 editor.
Dune 2.
Oh.
Okay, dude, we have to end this podcast.
That's good.
We gotta
Dune 2
put a bow
editor.
on it.
Well, yeah, because the next podcast after this, do you know who it is?
Who?
The
The Mavs videographer,
we got
Who?
the guy who edited.
Joe Walker.
Joe.
Oh, that's
Oh
why.
my gosh.
That would actually be crazy.
That's
They
crazy.
went through like step by step all of Dune, and like he
Oh my
got to
gosh.
explain like why he chose certain scenes and why the sound design was the way it was. It was great.
That's nuts.
It was great.
Okay, but who are we having on next?
the guy who did the Luca tribute video that made Luca cry.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I think we're having him on. When are
How do you get that? How do you
I just
how do you-
DM'd him on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I was like, "You want to come?"
Bro,
on
I
the
need to get my
podcast?"
LinkedIn up.
Yeah, you need to. We're at like 700 connections each.
Yeah. No, I'm
That's
at
crazy.
1,300.
Oh my gosh.
I've just been DMing people on.
There's
Dallas,
no
in
point.
Dallas, so yeah.
It's
No, because I have like I'm connected with
have,
the
like,
Rangers
5.
social media person, like
Yeah.
the Mavs people. It's like now I can like just contact me like, hey, can we have you on? Like,
Yeah.
it's so nice.
Cool. Well, LinkedIn's cracked, so just know that. All right, we should go.
Do you,
Peace.
have, do you have an outro?
No.
Well, dude,
Can we make
we
one
need
right
a jingle
now?
so bad. No,
I want a jingle, dude.
Dude.
I saw that video like today, and I was in full support.
On our
dude.
reels?
Yes.
we need an intro.
I
and-
want a jingle for you guys,
Play the
man.
run the jingle.
This is Cord and Luke, and it's our podcast for today. We're gonna say a lot of stuff.
Wait, we
and
gotta get a clean cut of it.
Yeah, go again.
This is Cord and Luke, and this is our podcast today. We're gonna do a lot of things and talk about things that we say. Da.
That's great.
We'll put it
honestly.
at the end. All right. Thanks everybody for
Let's
watching.
go, dude.
Tag your socials or whatever it is that you need to promote. What are you promoting? Nothing?
I kind of want to promote my
Your website?
Instagram and my website.
Yeah, plug your website.
Website is soulframestudios.com.
If you want to hire Christian,
Go to www.soulframestudios.com.
there you go.
Everything should be right there.
That's it. And now the jingle is going to play.
This is Cord and Luke, and this is our podcast today. We're gonna do a lot of things and talk about things that we say. Da.